Don't say anything.
Okay.
Okay?
Yes.
Oh, no, you can say anything you want.
Whatever. To me, it is actually like taking sandpaper to my soul. Okay?
Oh, that was one of my scenes that I actually put my phone down and watched.
Yeah, Ridley Scott did not have a fun time shooting this movie in America. Basically dies. He spiritually dies and is reawakened 3 days later.
Oh.
Somebody clip that, mark it, put it in the trailer.
Absolutely.
There was a scene with an octopus, but they cut it out.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Still one of my favorite characters in all of cinema.
Yeah, the wife did not agree that it's a perfect movie at all.
Sure.
You think you pick up all the bus drivers' teeth, they'll give you a medal?
Yeah. Okay, it's high in calories, low in nutrition, I guess is one way to look at it. But I love eating a box of donuts, man, you know?
Yeah.
Fellowship of the Real. One movie review podcast to rule them all.
Hi, I'm Serena.
And I'm Rachel.
We're the hosts of Book Tales.
If you like reading books,
Drinking cocktails,
and Scottish accents,
then meet your new favourite podcast.
come with us as we explore different themes from romantasy to horror and everything in between.
We pair each book with a bespoke cocktail and tell you everything you'll need to make one.
And each week, play our fun game tailored to each book.
Find Book Tales wherever you get your podcasts. So grab your book,
Grab your booze
for Book Tales.
Hi guys, I'm Bri. And I'm Alli. This is Offscript. If you think about it, books are potential scripts for movies. When this adaptation happens, typically it's disappointing because they went off script. In this series, we will be talking about how off script they went. You're just insanely loud. Oh, I'm sorry. I can turn it down. It's okay. No, that's me. Okay. That's me. But I'm peeking. Check. Okay. All right. Hello. And welcome to Offscript, a podcast where we compare books to their movies. Yes. And I'm Alli. And I'm Bri. And today we have a very special guest. Yes, we are joined by Tom Meaney of Panel by Panel Podcast. Hello. Tom. Hello. Welcome to Offscript.
Thank you. I'm excited. I'm really excited to be here. I've been counting the days since about this. Yeah, so I'm excited about this.
We're excited to have you. Yes, definitely. Well, it's so exciting because our true listeners probably will recognize you because you were on last year's Nerd Party episode. That's where we met you.
That is
a year ago. Oh my gosh.
And I'm pretty sure on that episode he recommended this book.
He sure did.
Yeah.
How do you feel about that now, Tom?
Well, okay. First, not only did I recommend it to them, but Bri and I met for coffee. I don't know, a few weeks afterward, and I actually gave them a copy of the book. Just to help them out. So, I'm not regretting the decision because I know we're gonna have fun about this book, but some books just read differently when you're 16 than when you're 40, and this is definitely one of them.
Well, I'm so excited to hear all your thoughts about it.
Yeah, I have thoughts. I do have
good.
Thoughts.
That's good.
I don't know how PG they're going to be, but I have
That's
thoughts.
Okay.
We are not a PG podcast, so
yes. No. But before we dive,
for that matter.
Yes, that's all right. We're down for all of it.
Okay.
Before we dive in, though, I would love if you could do our paint a picture and just let our listeners know a little bit about you.
Yeah. So I am. Well, I mean, you guys have actually mentioned me on the podcast a while ago, about a year ago, actually, I think.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm a massive nerd, and the way I met Bri and Alli, as they mentioned, was at the Kent Nerd Party, and we just kind of bonded very quickly about books, because I do love to read. I actually have a bookcase right next to me full of books about movies and all around nerd stuff. And I am, in addition to a podcast that I'm trying to get going, because I need to redo my studio, I'm also a YouTuber, or trying to be. I just can't stand video editing, and that's kind of how Bri and I bonded, because Bri is an editor, and she has agreed to take on my projects with me to help me get it all going. And
awesome.
But in addition to that, the reason why this particular book came up is because in high school I was a wrestler, and the movie Vision Quest is kind of a rite of passage for any wrestler out there. And then when we find out it's a book, and in 2002, while I was in high school, it got re-released. So a bunch of us, it was originally published, I think, in '79, but it got re-released in 2002, and that's how a bunch of us ended up finding out it was a book. We had no idea. We'd seen the movie a million times, but we had no idea it was a book.
You would almost, when they re-released it, they might have re-gone through it.
You would think.
Classic. Can't mess with the classics.
I saw, real quick. I saw a comparison about this book.
Yeah.
And it honestly made me sick to my stomach, because I think the comparison, I think someone said, by the way, that's Margot if you hear a cat meowing.
Yes. I love it.
Yeah.
No worries. Hello, Margot. Give her some scratches for me.
I will.
Can you hear Luna chewing on a bone right now? Have you been able to hear her?
I can't hear that now.
Good. Awesome.
But I saw a comparison about Vision Quest, and somebody, I think some critic or somewhere said it's the best coming of age novel since Catcher in the Rye. And I personally think that's a slap in the face to Catcher in the Rye. Like Catcher in the Rye is actually well written. Even though it may not be the best plot, but it's actually well written. The only thing these two books have in common is that they're profanity laden. That's it. That's it. At least Catcher in the Rye is
that's coming of age, don't you know?
Good.
Yeah, I can't say I ever heard anybody use the kind of language that is used in Vision Quest, even when I was in high school. I mean, don't get me wrong, there were some foul mouths. Even as not even in the Army. Guys, I served 3 years in the Army. I heard some weird stuff. It was never to that level, to the level we're going to be discussing today about Vision Quest. It was never to, oh my God.
My favorite is after we got our books, Allie, Tom went and gave some more copies to other people to read, and they ended up giving it back and being like, I couldn't even read.
Oh, no, I could never do that. Oh, my God.
Well, no, so because I'm a wrestling coach, and so I was talking to one of the coaches, and I said, look, I got an extra copy, because when I bought the ones for you guys, I bought 3 copies, and I ended up finding another copy at Half Price Books for like $2.
Oh, yeah.
Which I'm going to say I overpaid for that. But, but yeah, so I gave him a copy of it, and he gave it back to me like less than a week later. He said, I can't. I could write. He even said in his exact words, and I quote, I could run this through ChatGPT and probably get a better story.
It was like,
you're not wrong.
Oh, it was just some of the most interesting writing. I really thought that Louden was a real person and he was writing it in high school. That's what it felt like. And then I was like, oh my gosh, it's a real author that wrote this. Like I was
an author who's a high school English teacher, Allie. Yeah. That's the worst part.
That's it. He's just read too many high school papers, so he made his book sound exactly like it.
To me, this felt like someone with really bad ADHD who couldn't follow a single thought of his. And like halfway through one thought, he would come up with this other thought, and literally like after he finished this one, he would go on to the next one. I was like, I can't keep up with you.
I can see that.
Yeah. The only reason I was able to power through this was 2 reasons. 1, for you two, because we're going to be doing this together. And 2, because I was reading it on my lunch break. I don't know, because at the time I was reading it, it was during wrestling season. So I was working really early shifts at work. That way I could get off work early enough to get to practice. And so my lunch break was at like 9 a.m.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So usually what I would do is like at 7 around 7-ish on my 15-minute break, I'd run to the deli, grab something to eat for breakfast. But then 9 a.m., I've already eaten lunch, or I've already eaten breakfast, but I've got a half hour. So I would literally sit in the deli and just read this trash book.
There were so many times, especially John would be watching me and he'd be like, just don't, you and Allie need to learn to just not read books that you don't like. And I was like, John, Allie's already physically read this book. I can't do that to her.
I would have cried. It took me, let's see, I went down to Mexico. It took me, and we had no, it wasn't a Mexico trip. Oh, it was when we went to Arizona. So that was like a 3-hour flight. And then we had, it took we had a delay. So it was like an extra 3 hours. So 3, 6. So I had 9 straight hours just to sit and read it. Otherwise, there's no way. I don't think I would have been done.
I had something I was going to say, but I forgot. It was about.
We're talking about 9 hours straight reading.
9 hours straight reading. Yeah. God bless you, by the way.
Oh, that's what I was going to say. Actually, it got to a point where I had to force myself to read more than one chapter because I couldn't. I would read a chapter, go to read. And mind you, these chapters are like 3-4 pages long.
Yes.
Some of them are a bit longer, but they're not long chapters. But I would start the second chapter and be like, oh my God, I cannot read this.
For the record, the last time I sat down and read a book on a flight consistently was I was in the Army, and I got out in 2016, by the way. And the book was American Sniper.
Oh.
That was the last time I
love that movie.
I boarded a flight from SeaTac to Texas to go see my mom for Christmas and New Year's. And Kate had just given me American Sniper as my Christmas present. I opened the book and I didn't stop reading it the entire flight. That was the last time I read anything like that. So I did that with a good book. I don't know how, Allie, how you managed to do that with this.
Because I had to. I knew
dedication.
I knew I would not if it was not if I didn't set that chunk aside. So, gosh, just. My kids were distracted. That's how I did it. I was like, you're on your iPads. I have to just do this. Leave me alone. But they were like, Riley's like, is it a good book? I was like, no. She's like, why aren't you reading? Or why are you reading it? I was like, I have to. She's like, Offscript makes you do that a lot. Because a lot of the times I'm like, she's like, is that a good book? I was like, I don't like it. So it's like... I was like, yeah, but that's okay because I'm reading and I'm trying new books. Like I would never have read this book if it was not presented to me, and I'm happy to say I did.
And you've found some books that you've liked because of this podcast.
Yes, so
exactly.
Right.
Not this one.
That's okay,
I think what made me laugh the most was when Bri told me that you were relieved that I also hated reading the book.
Yes, I was. So many times we have guests on where we did not love the book. Like we didn't dislike it as much as I feel like maybe this one, but we didn't greatly like the book.
I set a record. Yes.
Yeah. Good job.
But our guests
I don't have to lie about it.
That's what I'm saying. So we're always kind of like just very nice, like, oh yeah, it was good. Or like we try to be honest, but polite honest. But we always have more fun when we can be brutally honest. Like
oh, there's gonna be a lot of that today. How many times did I apologize to you guys while we were reading this book? I mean,
so many.
I did not realize this book was that bad. It
was
an interesting read. But
that's one way to put it, Allie.
We can dive in, shall we? So we can get to it.
Can we? I guess we got to.
All right.
Why we're here.
I guess so. So our synopsis is high school wrestler Louden Swain, who decided to pursue a challenging goal to cut weight to 147 pounds to challenge the undefeated state champion Brian Shute. While training for this ambitious match, Swain navigates the complexities of adolescence, including his relationship with a young drifter named Carla, his friendships, and the rigorous physical and mental demands of his goal.
And that's where the good writing ends.
Yep.
Probably because it wasn't even
it wasn't even the author's writing.
Yeah, it probably wasn't Terry Davis writing it. It's gonna be fun. I'm having fun already. This is
yes, definitely. All right. Well, we have our author Terry Davis, our director Harold Becker, and our screenplay writer Darryl Ponicsan.
I'm just gonna call him Darryl.
Yep. Darryl.
That works. That works. And for our listeners, if you didn't pick up on it, Allie physically read this one.
Read it.
What was the last book that you physically read for Offscript? I guess that's also just in general. What was the last book you physically?
I can see the Rolodex in her head spinning while she's trying to figure that out.
I am. Here, I'm going to pull up our list so I can see.
Was it Boogeyman?
Let me see. Let me get to. Yeah, it was Boogeyman, but I mean, a whole 30 pages.
Woo!
Does that count?
What was the last actual book you read before this one, physically? Because I think that's more of it. That's not even a novella. That's a chapter. That's what that is.
Yeah. Was it Bad Mother's Handbook, Allie? Like season 2?
That's where my brain is going. I think it was because I didn't do any of these.
Because that one also wasn't on audiobook.
That one for sure was not. I think that was it.
So 2 seasons ago, and we are currently in season 8.
Is
2 seasons ago? Season 2. My bad. Season 2. And we're in season 8. So
there's no way. That was season 2 that we read that?
Yeah. That was my birthday month pick. Oh, wait.
No,
was that season 1?
No, it was season 4.
Oh, okay.
Still, that's been a minute.
That's been a minute.
Been a hot minute.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't season 4.
It was season 1.
No, it was not season 1. That's when we did all Harry Potter.
Oh, yeah.
Season 3 then.
I mean, you definitely picked a good book series to start the podcast off with Harry Potter, because that's a lot of content right there.
We had to for that one because she didn't read any other books.
Because I knew that book, so I was confident in my skills, but I wish we did not. But we've talked about
fucking sucked at covering that. Yeah.
We talked about redoing it when the show is released to compare it to the show. Because that actually might be nice because we won't have to do all 7 of them because we could do it when the show's out.
Well, that's actually a good idea. Yeah. I've been wanting to reread those books too. It's just that, except for what happens when I want to reread the books and I'm too busy to reread the whole series. You know which book I go straight to?
6. So, so if you have to only read 1 though, because that's all that's coming out in December.
Oh my God, but I don't want to reread 4.
Well,
I don't ever want to touch
4 years. 4 years. You can do that's 8 seasons away.
I believe in you. I believe in you, Bri.
I read this. I could probably do it.
Set that for one of our. Oh, I'll pick it for one of our January. I don't know. Do you think HBO is going to release them all or like one at a time?
One at a time.
Well, it could be that season. It would just have to be like June because they'd all have to have come out already.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of stuff that's coming out, just one last sidebar before we get back on track.
Yes.
The new Supergirl movie comes out this month. That is actually based on an actual DC Comics story. Most of DC's movies in the past were just adaptations of the character, nothing specific. But in the case of the new Supergirl movie, it's actually based on the story Woman of Tomorrow.
Wow.
So it's actually based on an actual story because that story did so well and they decided to adapt it. I'm actually really excited about it because it really fleshes out Supergirl instead of like in the past where she was just a gender bent Superman. You really get to see more of her character, which they started revamping in 2005. Because think about it this way: you're 16 years old, your planet just exploded, you're sent to this new planet that you know nothing about to look out for your baby cousin. Your ship gets knocked off course. By the time you get there, he's full grown as the world's greatest superhero.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's gonna mess with people.
Yeah.
And that's kind of what Woman of Tomorrow explores. It explores that trauma. Just saying, if you want comic book recommendations, I got you.
Yes, we should do a comic book soon.
I want so bad for the first one to be the one that's like loosely based off of, but I'm gonna make you watch the Batman.
Well,
With
yeah,
Bob.
I figured.
Oh,
Figured it was going that way. Because you wouldn't do Spider-Man for me. Fine, do Batman.
The Batman with Robert Pattinson, because we know how much Bri loves him. That is, in my opinion, the perfect Batman film.
I agree.
Wow.
It's
Like,
exactly what I want Batman to always be. It's so good. It's so good. Except for, oh my God. So we're going way tangent here, but John,
if we didn't.
That's true. It's true. John, when did he get? Oh, I think he just got that for me at a comic book store. I thought it was at PAX, but at a comic book store, he bought me The Batman Who Laughs, because that's one that's been on my I want to read this comic so bad, because everyone who meets me goes, Bri, this is the one that you need to read. And I have very slowly been reading it, because I've been whenever I have time, I'm like, oh, I want a quick read, I'll do that. Otherwise, it's been off script. But it is one of the best comics I've ever read. And I so bad want there to be is there a movie on that one? You would
Batman
know,
Who
Tom.
Laughs now.
Yeah, I didn't think so. I would love to cover that on Offscript.
I don't think that would adapt well as live action, but I think it would make for a great animated film.
I think, yeah, it's gotta be. It's gotta be. I think if they tried to do live action, it would be way too fucking confusing, because there's times in the comic where I'm like, wait, which Batman am I with right now?
Yeah,
Okay.
all those Batman. Anyway, I guess we should get back to the stuff that
Probably.
we're here for. We don't want to talk about it, but we're here for it.
Obviously, we are so excited to talk about this if we keep going off.
Oh my God.
There's so many better things to talk about, but we committed to it. We gotta.
We're so close to the finish line of this one, guys.
All right.
Think about it this way, though. I guarantee, I am willing to bet that moving forward, even if there's a book you don't like, you're gonna be like, wasn't as bad as Vision Quest.
That's true.
Possibly.
That's gonna be a hard one to top. So
That is. I'm looking at what else we did this season, and I'm like, what else did we do that I didn't love? Okay. All right. So our book came out October 25th, 1979, and our movie came out February 18th, 1985. That's a 6-year difference.
February what? 85?
18th.
18th. My birthday is February 16th, 86.
Oh, wow. So close.
Yep.
It was meant for you.
It seems that way.
And now, what did we do first? Read it or watch it? I watched it first.
I read it first.
I guess technically I watched it first because I saw the movie in high school before I found out it was a book.
Yeah.
So then I read it in high school, and I don't remember hating it this much. I've seen the movie a few times, just because of my wrestling background. I've seen it a few times. And I also have personal experience to what Louden did, which we'll be discussing. And it's going to be in my reaction video on my YouTube channel as well. I really go deep into that especially with the wrestling side on YouTube. Yeah. But yeah, having actually done what Louden does in this book with his weight cutting, especially an extreme amount of weight. Yeah, I have thoughts about some of the things that we see and read about in the book. So yeah. Yeah.
What's funny is Allie and I don't know if Allie remembers, but we had a friend in middle school who was a wrestler, and I remember him talking about cutting weight. And when we were in middle school, I didn't think anything of it. I was just like, whatever. But then now reading it, I was like, damn, he put himself through a lot of shit.
Yes.
Actually,
all right.
I have my wrestling medals here. I'm going to show you a couple things.
Yes, please.
Just to give you an idea. I'm going to show you 2 medals.
Okay.
So these are both from the same season. Okay, these are both from my senior year. This was the first one I earned that year. I don't know how well you can read it, but this was 215 pounds. Okay. I came out of football season weighing 220 because I played offensive line and linebacker. I don't know how much you know about sports ball, but you have to have size.
There's sports and a ball.
Yeah. I played offensive line and linebacker, which means if I was playing offense, I was blocking. So I had to have size. And at linebacker, it helps to have size, because tiny linebacker
in people.
Right.
Yeah, exactly. So the first medal I earned that year was this one at 215 pounds. This was in December of 2003. January of 2004, I won this one. This is the first time I ever won first place. Nice. This was 189 pounds.
Oh wow!
I cut 30 pounds in a month.
Oh my gosh!
So
that's insane.
I have thoughts about Louden Swain and his weight cutting. So, and not just from experience as a wrestler, but now as a coach, having to keep an eye on these idiots when they're cutting weight.
Yeah. Right. Yep.
So anyway, just throwing that out there.
Cool.
Continue, Allie.
No, you are fine.
Okay.
Our next question is our initial thoughts. Now that we've read the book and seen the movie, what are our thoughts? But I feel like we've shared that.
I think so.
Trash book, watchable movie, I think. Is probably
All right. Perfect.
Best way to put that.
And our next one is, why did we pick this book? Why did you do this to us?
Yeah. I did that to you unknowingly. How torturous it was going to be. Yeah, this is my bad. That's on me. Okay, and a little further on that. So it came down to, if you go back and you listen to the Kent Nerd Show 2025, we were talking about I was asked when I was on the podcast, what's a movie adaptation of a book that you love or hate? And I said Vision Quest. And I said that because of the climactic scene. Because I personally don't like the way the movie ends.
Yeah.
I understand why they did it that way, because you got to have an ending. But when it comes to comparing the book and the movie, I think we've made it clear how we feel about the book. But I very much prefer the ending, the way the book ended when compared to the movie.
Ambiguous ending.
Yeah. Spoiler alert, the book ends ambiguously. And there's more to it for why. I think I'll explain that as we get to that point. But that's how it came up, was Vision Quest. Just as a wrestler and as a coach, I do not like the ending scene.
Yeah.
For many reasons.
Got it.
I digress. And we'll get back to that.
Yes, for sure. Okay.
I spoiled myself, Allie, with your fun facts on that first one.
Oh, yeah. Okay, well, I'll share it right now. So I got some super fun facts. First one, in 2009, interest in a sequel was generated after Taylor Lautner of Twilight expressed interest. E! News claims that there's a script that existed, which Lautner reportedly approved, but apparently was never created.
What?
Thank God.
I'd be all over that.
I know you would, but I want to read that script now. I want to know how they decided to come up with a sequel to
a sequel.
Movie.
Right.
How is there a sequel?
30 years later. Like, what?
I mean, that hasn't stopped anybody, especially Hollywood lately, from these legacy sequels.
True.
But Vision Quest, really?
Yeah.
Well, actually, sorry, I'm digressing again, but I really think with Backrooms and Obsession coming out, I think studios are going to realize that people want original stories and start bringing out more original stories. And I'm so excited for that.
I mean, you would think Hail Mary would be a lesson for and Oppenheimer and but I guess they're already greenlighting a sequel to Hail Mary, so there goes that.
I know, I saw that.
Really?
I was like, how do you take a book adaptation and go, you know what? Yes, this is a sequel for sure. I mean, obviously, if the book already has a sequel, but like, yeah, that's it. It made money, so they want to make more.
It's like one of my all-time favorite comedies is Hangover, and to this day, I hate that they made a sequel for it.
Three? Didn't they make 3, or was it just 2?
Yeah,
they made 3
I can't even
total.
really remember the second or third one.
You don't
because
need
the
to.
first one's the one that you needed. Like, why?
I know, it's a good one.
So stupid. Yeah.
Yep.
But it made money. It came out of nowhere. It made money, and now they're like, "Hey, let's make a sequel." And you know what? Good for the
Like Toy
cast.
Story 5. Why are we doing 5?
Why did they do 4?
Finish at 3. Exactly.
I hated when they brought
who's gonna
it
go
back
see
for
it
4.
anyways.
I'm
the reason that Hollywood keeps doing this, and I'm the reason that, or I'm upset about it. But here I am being like, okay, kids, last day of school.
You want to
guess
know
what we're going to do?
Sucks
for it. I mean, I'm mad that they did it because 3 was the perfect ending. But here I am.
3 was where they needed to end.
I'm counting down the days.
I think as long as Tom Hanks and Tim Allen are breathing, they'll probably keep making more.
Right.
Absolutely.
It's like the Fast and the Furious movies. As long as Vin Diesel's alive. I mean, Paul Walker dying didn't change anything, but as long as Vin Diesel's alive.
I really thought Paul Walker going was going to be the end of it, but and they kept going. I was like, how?
Seriously.
Oh well, okay. I guess we can get back to the movie before we get sidetracked again, or back to music before we get sidetracked.
Okay. Fun fact number 2, Terry Davis, the author of the book, is the mustached man wearing a Thompson High jacket similar to Loudon's, sitting and cheering next to actor Harold Sylvester, who plays the English teacher, Mr. Tannerin, during the final match between Loudon and Shute. So he got to do a cameo.
I did know that, and good for him.
Yep.
You know, good for him.
Yep.
Number 3, the film includes an appearance by Madonna, her first in a major motion picture, in a small role playing the singer at the local bar where she performed the song Crazier for You and Gambler. In some countries, the title of the film was changed to market Madonna's emerging fame and popularity of the song Crazier for You. The film has become a cult classic.
That's hilarious.
Yes. I read that was 5 different fun facts. In this country, it's called Crazier for You. In this country, it's Crazier for You. I'm just like, oh my gosh. So a lot of countries.
Yes. I was going to say, they played that song so fucking much in this movie too.
Yes.
I was like, you could have just left it at her singing it in the bar.
You know, it's right up there with Top Gun with how many times they play Danger Zone.
Oh my gosh. Yes. I don't think I realized that until I rewatched it recently. I'm like, they play it 6 times. Why? I've never seen a movie play a song more than once.
There's another movie. It's a really low budget movie that Brandon Lee did early on called Laser Mission. I have it on DVD because I found it at a truck stop for $5. There's a song in there called Mercenary Man, because he's a mercenary, and it's literally called Mercenary Man, and every major action sequence they have, they're playing Mercenary Man. It's like he's shooting stuff up. Mercenary Man.
That's hilarious.
It's a terrible movie, but you can tell you can tell it's one of those ones where he was just starting out and trying to pad his resume a little bit to get better work. But yeah, it's, if you ever want to have a bad movie night and we can all get together and watch Laser Mission, that'd be fun.
Bad movie nights are the best.
Maybe we can do that the same night we have our book burning ceremony for Vision Quest.
Ooh, that would be fun.
I don't condone burning books, by the way. I'm just throwing that out there, but I would have no problem burning this book.
I'm right there with you. I have this book sitting on my table, and normally if it's a book that I'm not going to read, I put them in little free libraries, but I don't even want to do that with this one.
I was about to say that. I was like, I thought about putting it in a free library. I know of one right next to the school I work at, but I'm like, that seems like it's inappropriate, so I'm not going to do that.
Yeah, that especially. There's one by a church near where I live, and I felt it might ignite the church on flame. Yeah, my fire pit seems to be the best place for this book.
Yes,
I think so.
All right, number 4. At Loudon's first wrestling match at his desired weight, the high school band plays the Ewok theme song from Star Wars.
What's funny is I thought that was the case.
Yep, which came out the year Vision Quest was filmed.
But then I also was like, maybe I'm just so obsessed with Star Wars that I now think that everything is Star Wars.
Nope, you got it. All right, last one. Dana White of UFC fame called Vision Quest probably the most underrated movie of all time. His interview, Lex Friedman added, "It's probably the best movie on one-on-one combat ever made." And I just found that very interesting, so I had to put that in there.
The Hammer is better.
Oh, okay.
Like, I feel like the story was all about cutting the weight. There was barely any one-on-one combat in this.
Yeah.
Right. Yes.
So how is it the best one-on-one combat movie ever made?
No, The Hammer, just real quick, and this is a preview for later down the road with my YouTube channel, but The Hammer is actually about a deaf wrestler. He's the first deaf wrestler to win an NCAA title.
Cool.
And that's a huge part of it. And what I love the most about it is that it's mostly in sign. So
that's awesome.
Dana White. Well, I mean, I'm not a fan of Dana White anyway.
Yeah.
So
now you know why.
that's just one reason. But yeah,
we're ready
We are.
do
Finally.
this.
Jump in. Let's go.
All right, book kicks off. We learn this main character is Louden, and he's prepping for a pretty big wrestling match. And he meets we meet his girlfriend and her friend Belle, and one of his friends, which was Cooch, right? And this coach is worried.
Huh? Cooch.
It's Cooch.
Cooch.
Oh, it is Cooch?
Yeah,
Yes.
Cooch.
He's
bad.
worried. He's worried. His coach is worried because he's losing strength as he tries to cut his weight. And that was chapter 1.
That's definitely. I think that was all. What chapter was in chapter 1? I'm not surprised. The book's behind me. I just don't want to waste my energy to get it.
I know. I don't even.
I would not. Mine's, like I said, it's on my table, but I don't want to get it either. Biggest difference right now is Carla is not his girlfriend in the movie, and she doesn't come into play until way later in the movie.
And quite honestly, I like Carla's relationship with him in the movie better than the book.
Actually, I do too, because
Yeah.
I felt like the writing for Carla in the book was a man writing what he wanted his perfect girl to be.
That's
Like,
not a terrible assessment.
like she didn't feel like, there were times where I was like, he writes her to be this like edgy girl, but she's always cooking for him, always driving him places, always checking on him, always like dropping what she's doing to go run and make sure he's okay because she heard that he fainted or whatever. And I'm like, okay, yes, I would be worried about my boyfriend in all of those scenarios, but I wouldn't be dropping everything for him at the same time. Because I am a human.
Yeah, you
With
have a
own
life
feelings.
too.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. So, and
So
feel
you-
free. Yeah, jump in anytime.
Jump in.
So I was gonna say his coach, when you mentioned that his coach is worried about him losing strength, that is a very real thing when it comes to cutting weight, especially when you're cutting 30 pounds like he is, because in such a short period of time, because normally we want our wrestlers in the weight room, building muscle and building strength, but if you're cutting weight, you can't be lifting. You have to get on the bike to just keep your cardio going, stuff like that. And you mentioned the fainting, which comes up on more than one occasion in both the book and the movie. That almost happened to me when I was cutting that weight my senior year.
Wow.
And I actually had to, because my dad was being really strict, because I wanted to cut the weight. Let's be real. It's not like my dad was trying to live vicariously through me and tell me, no, you should just cut 30 pounds. I wanted to cut the weight because I wanted to go to the state tournament. And I knew I wasn't going to be able to beat the guy at 215 for varsity. I sure as hell wasn't going to wrestle heavyweight. So the only place for me on the team to wrestle varsity and have a chance of going to state was going to be 189. But I remember having to have a conversation with my dad because wrestling practice can be very rigorous if you have a really tough coach. And mine was. I had a great coach. I still keep in touch with him to this day. But I remember a few times where I almost passed out while I was trying to cut this weight. And I had to talk to my dad. I said, look, I'm eating next to nothing. We need to figure something out so I'm still getting some decent nutrients and proteins, but not eating too much that will negate all the work I've been doing. So yeah, that's a legitimate concern, but only when it comes to somebody cutting an exuberant amount of weight. You need to cut a couple pounds, just skip dinner. That's not really going to be a big deal. Skip dinner, get on the bike for a half hour, you'll be fine. But when you're dropping like 2 weight classes, then we watch wrestlers very closely when they're doing that. My coach will watch me like a hawk when I was doing it, and I watch my wrestlers like a hawk when they're cutting weight. So that's a legitimate fear, because we want to make sure sure, let's cut the weight, let's do it smart, but we don't want you to get hurt either.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
All I could think as he was like talking about just eating spinach, I was like, I would never put myself through that.
I could not.
So this is what I ate when I was doing that. For breakfast, I had a banana and a yogurt.
Okay.
For lunch, I had a banana and a yogurt.
Oh.
And for dinner, usually it's like asparagus with, I don't know, it's just something really light. I was eating next to nothing because we're forcing my body to burn off the calories. But the spinach is smart, just because you're depleting. Ideally, I'd rather have a burger. Red meat is loaded with iron, but the next best thing after that is something like spinach, because it has enough iron to keep in your blood.
Yep.
But yeah, but my favorite mind game that my dad ever played, to this day I'll laugh about it. My aunt won like $200 on a scratch ticket one day. I was there with her when she did it. So she took the whole family out to pizza, except there was one problem.
You were cutting weight.
I couldn't eat pizza. I still got to go, and this was back when Pizza Hut had a salad bar, so I got the salad bar, and I was fine with that. But my dad, with a twisted sense of humor that he sat me at the head of the table.
Oh, no.
Just watch everybody eat.
And I got to watch everybody eat pizza while I ate my salad, my unlimited salad bar. Yeah. I said something about that to him once. He looks at me and goes, hey, you're the one that picked the sport where you have to watch your weight. I'm just going to have fun with it. I was like, all right, okay. Well played, Dad.
Man.
But with the amount of spinach that Loudon's eating in this book, and I think at times they said it's pretty much the only thing he was eating, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, there's zero nutrients in there aside from the iron. But that's also gives you a glimpse of how stupid wrestlers were back then when it came to cutting weight.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, we were stupid when I was in high school in the early 2000s, and we were nowhere near that stupid.
Yeah. Not just eating spinach.
Yeah.
I had a friend of mine who would take a Jolly Rancher and put on the inside of his lip like chewing tobacco. And instead of swallowing the saliva with the Jolly Rancher, he would walk around with a bottle of water and empty it, like
spit it. He would spit Jolly Rancher.
He would spit Jolly Rancher, like it was his own spitter, but it was Jolly Rancher.
Oh my gosh!
If he was ever like cutting it really close in weight, because he used to just get up and go spit in the trash can, but then he got yelled at for it. So he came up with that. He put a Jolly Rancher just on the inside of his lip, and he carried around. Oh my
gosh!
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
It's both. It's hilarious and gross, but he made weight.
There you go. So our next chapter, we get information about wrestling. Oh, you have more?
Actually, yeah. I thought it was kind of hilarious in the movie how literally everyone in the school was so invested in Loudon doing a weight drop. Like everyone kept coming up to him, heard you're cutting weight. Heard you're cutting weight. Good luck cutting weight. I was like, wow.
I know someone on the wrestling team. Were people super invested in wrestling?
In my school? Well, I mean, I went to a small school, so everybody knew everybody, but no. The only people that ever asked me how my weight cutting was doing was usually my coach or my teammates.
Right.
But not like I didn't get stopped in the hall by just random people that I never saw at the wrestling tournaments asking how my weight cutting was going. That never happened to me.
No one wrote an article on you?
Oh, God, no. Well, okay, for starters, I was on the school paper that year. So I made sure
you're like, I'm not writing anything about me.
Well, my teacher wouldn't let us write stories about anything that we were on. So like, even though I really wanted to do the wrestling team and I knew we'd get great coverage, she would not let me cover the stories for the wrestling team.
That makes sense. Kind of like self-promotion.
I did the yearbook page, But when it came to the actual school paper, a newspaper for you kids is a document that, has stories to keep you updated, just for your younger listeners. But I don't know what your demographic is. But
Literally,
Not
we
younger.
have. Yeah, we do, Allie.
I mean, I guess we do. It depends on the episode for sure.
From our regular downloads are from 12 to 65.
Oh, you can see the age?
Mm-hmm.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Yep,
we do have a lot of
Google newspaper 12-year-olds. You know how I knew I was old is when I was coaching football, because kids were talking about fantasy football one day while they're doing their stretches. Yeah. And one of the kids looks at me and goes, "Hey, coach, you ever do fantasy football?" I was like, "Yeah, dude, I did fantasy football in '98, the first year it came out."
Yeah.
And this kid looks at me in the eye, I kid you not, and he says, "What app did you use back then?"
Oh, no.
So then I had to explain to them that back then we had to read the newspaper, fill out the form, put it in an envelope, stamp it, and send it off, and hope that they got your roster updates before the following week in time, because you had to rely on the mail. I had to explain how that worked.
Oh no!
And his dad was one of the other coaches. I looked at him, I was like, "You know what your son just said to me?" And he just shook his head and walked away. Yeah.
Oh my gosh. All right. Next chapter, we get information about wrestling and rules and how things go and all this sort of stuff. And we get information on how you get points and all this sort of stuff. And there are some other teammates and they're just really good friends, but they rag on each other just like a normal sport. Like it's just that's how it is.
Yeah. Okay. That pretty much happens in the movie.
Yeah, that's actually one thing I'd say they got really accurate in both the movie and the book was one, the relationship, because wrestling teams are a lot smaller than any other sports team, because you've got maybe, I think the most we had at any point when I was in high school was like 30.
Wow.
Yeah, and we're all in a small wrestling room, so you become a really tight knit group, and that was the most I think we had. Senior year, I don't think we had that big of a team.
Yeah.
But yeah, you become a tight knit group. You rag on each other. You talk trash to each other. And there's only one thing at the beginning of the movie. Well, actually, they got them both wrong in both the movie and in the book, and that's the challenge match between Loudon and Cooch.
Yeah.
So challenge matches are very much a thing in wrestling. There's no favorites. I've played on teams like in football where we had a running back that was better than the starter, but he wasn't the starter. I think there's a little bit of favoritism with there, but that's not the case in wrestling. The best wrestler wins because you win each other. You win in the challenge matches. In the book, Loudon mentions they wrestle a 9-minute match at the end of practice. That's not a thing ever. No coach in his right mind will do that, because you're begging for somebody to get hurt in that situation. I get the reasoning, because he wants us to be in the best physical stamina possible. It's dangerous. You don't do that. And a 9-minute match, that's exhausting anyway. 2 minutes is exhausting for one period. But then also, like he mentions this weird scoring thing that his coach does. That's not, like, I think he said in these challenge matches, if you get pinned, that's 5 points. That's idiotic. That's just like.
And here I thought I was learning something about wrestling from this book. And now I'm like,
no, that is the way they describe that challenge match. That is nothing like the whole point of a challenge match is to simulate what you're going to do in a tournament. And so you want it to be as accurate as possible to any time you're actually wrestling competitively, whether it's in a dual meet, which is mostly what it was back then in the 70s and 80s. It was just they'd come to your school and you wrestle each other like that. Or if it's in an actual tournament, you want it to be as similar as possible. The other thing they got wrong, this was in the movie, was during the challenge match with Loudon and Cooch. You got the teammates like cheering and being really loud and everything like that. No, it's something No, it's something my coach and even the coach that I work with now say they're both your teammates. Yeah. So just show support to both of them. Just keep your mouth shut, let them wrestle their match, and show support to both of them when it's all said and done. Yeah. So the way you got wrestlers taking sides against Loudon and Cooch, which I think it was mostly anti-Loudon for some reason in the movie, but I think they were mostly going for Cooch.
Because
that's not a thing.
Underdog, we had to follow the underdog story.
Of course.
And them wearing the singlets in the challenge match, again, not a thing. You wear shorts and a t-shirt. You wear your shorts and a t-shirt. You don't wear, and especially They had the singlet, the t-shirt stuffed into the singlet. No, that's it's not as funny as the coach with the polo.
Yeah,
it's not as funny as the coach in the polo and the singlet. That I think kills me every time. I never once saw my coach in a singlet. Ever.
What?
Oh my gosh.
They don't do that.
Oh my gosh. That's funny.
Yeah.
All right. So we learn about how he met Clara, and she was trying to buy a car from his dad. Sorry, Carla. Yeah, she was trying to buy a car, or she did buy a car from his dad's used car lot that he worked at. It wasn't his dad's; he worked there. And Loudon's dad comes out and punches the salesman because he was selling the car. Like, she totally ripped her off, and he ended up getting her money back. But of course, he was fired because he punched his coworker or boss or whoever he punched. And it went into why his mom left, and she became like a Bon Marché type of gal, and like shopping and all this fancy stuff. And when she was younger, she had Loudon, and she almost died. Oh, and so it ended up really like messing up her cycle. So like every period was super painful for her, and like she wasn't like really like, she was trying to figure out why. And it turns out like she would go to a naturopath doctor, and like he'd be like, don't get a hysterectomy, that would be bad. So she suffered for 14 years, and eventually the doctor died, and she got a new doctor, and the new doctor's like, I can't believe you haven't gotten a hysterectomy yet. And she did, and she felt so much better. And so she got a job at Bon Marché, and like she's starting to do better in her life, and she's feeling like herself and feeling good. And eventually she realized that, hey, I'm not where I want to be in life. And that's when she left Loudon and her his dad. And then, yes, this is the ADHD that Bri's talking about.
Yeah.
In the same chapter, it's talking about now Loudon's down to 147, or he wants to get there. He's down there. That's his goal, right?
That's his goal, is 147.
Okay,
yeah.
so that's where he wants to get. And then he has a memory of his family at the Grand Coulee Dam getting a new, like, is the Grand Coulee Dam getting a new motor? I don't know. So something's happening at the Grand Coulee Dam, and they have a picnic, and his dad and aunt and uncle, like, and grandpa got there, and they've all been drinking, and they're at this cabin on this river, and they bring him back, and it's like really good memories, and he got to know grandpa more. And that's really the only bit he knows about his dad. And that was a whole chapter. All that information was a whole chapter. But while I put my kids to bed, I'm gonna let you guys dissect that.
Okay.
This book just really felt like he kept word vomiting. Like, that's what it felt like.
But then other chapters were like a sentence.
Nice.
And I'm like, you could have added so much more to that chapter. I don't know. It was so interesting.
That's one way to put it, Allie. That's one description.
All right.
Well,
have fun. I'll be back.
Yeah. So the whole Carla scene with the car, I think I like that they pretty much kept that the same.
Yeah.
Between the movie and the book. Yeah, I think it says a lot about his dad and the kind of guy he was. But correct me if I'm wrong. In the book, she doesn't get her money back though. She's just stuck with the car, and he's out of job because he punched the shady salesman.
I thought she got her money back.
Oh, because I thought he agreed to fix it for her because it was a lemon. Because I think at the end of the movie she packs up and leaves.
Yep. You're right.
To achieve her dream. Yeah. So I mean, that's honestly probably more realistic because name a car salesman that'll let you return the car.
Get your money back. Yeah.
Yeah. That's not a thing.
Messed up. Yeah. I took big offense because I have a naturopath and I go to a chiropractor and all this. And like, I obviously don't just rely on those doctors, and I see a Western doctor too. But this dude, Terry Davis, does not like naturopaths or chiropractors or any of that. He would mention it and then go on and be like, and I don't trust them and I don't like them and blah, blah, blah. And then he would go back. And this happened like 5 or 6 times in the book where I was like, dude, give him a chance.
Yeah, he definitely hammered home with that too. And it's not the naturopath thing. I think he's just trying to naturopaths are great because they have a purpose, but you can't solely rely on them.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, you do occasionally have to seek out an MD. There's a reason why they're there. Like, do you watch The Pit? Do you watch The
No,
Pit?
I do.
You ever seen that?
So I have a hard time with funny because I love horror movies and I'm okay with that kind of gore. But when it's gore, as in like I am cutting a person open to do surgery, I can barely handle Grey's Anatomy gore.
So I'll just tell you this then. In season 2, there's a scene where they have a pregnant woman on the table. And she keeps saying she doesn't want this, she doesn't want that, she doesn't want this, you know, because she wants it to be a wild birth, right? And she kept calling it wild birth. And she says, like, women were having children for centuries without any of this stuff. And one of the surgeons doesn't even miss a beat. He goes, yeah, and there's a 30% mortality rate. You know, there's only so much natural medicine can do. There's a reason why we've got what we have today. And so Harry Davis in this scene, he just seemed like the whole sequence there about the natural path, you know, just I think you're right. I think he just doesn't like it. And I can see him just with a tin hat on his head.
Oh yeah, for
you
sure.
Know, for sure. Natural paths. Like that's definitely a thing.
That's how it felt. I was like, dude, like
just ridiculous. And the whole thing with his mom too, it just seemed kind of out there. The whole thing, because I don't know, the whole relationship with Loudon and his mom, I think it would have just worked better if she just wasn't in the picture for whatever reason. Kind of like in the movie, they just, I think she's mentioned very briefly when they meet Carla.
Yeah.
And that's the end of it.
I don't think Allie put this in these notes, but it really also felt like, because Carla and the mom knew each other and had met, but it was very shortly after Carla moved in with them when mom left. So then Loudon also almost wrote it, or Terry wrote it, almost like he thought, oh, mom left because she didn't like this other woman being in the house and was threatened by that too. I was like, your mom is not threatened by a kid. Like,
no.
What?
No, and if she was, she'd go Glenn Close on her, I think. But
yeah.
But no, it's just I mean, there's a lot of weird chapters. There's one in particular I'm sure Allie and I are going to be getting into.
Yeah. Yep. I skipped it.
I told her to, for the record. This chapter.
Yes, exactly. I got told to skip it, and so I did. And Allie did not want me to. She was like, I had to read it. You should too.
Yeah, I didn't realize that Allie had read it yet. And so I was trying to be preemptive to save you guys from it. Yeah. Just didn't work. The timing didn't quite work out there. So
nope.
When Allie, when we get there, I'm going to be apologizing a lot to Allie about that chapter. Just
I will say too that there was a difference in the movie versus book with the Carla relationship where she moved in, because like in the book, Dad immediately was like, yes, you can live with us, whereas I felt like the movie was a bit more realistic where he was kind of like, she's a stranger, we don't know her, I don't know if this is a good idea. And then it was like, okay, yeah, I guess you're right, she does have nowhere else to go, we could do it. Whereas the book, it's Terry writing his perfect fantasy where I just met this hot girl and she has nowhere to live, so hey, let's let her move in with us. And Dad's like, yep, for sure.
So that story though, like the way it was done in the movie, Loudon's dad in many ways remind me of my dad, just in the movie with the way he did certain things, especially with the way he helped Carla, because I actually witnessed that where there was my dad drove a cab for 20 years. That's how he made his living.
That's cool.
He made good money with it too. Is how he was able to take care of us. People ask me all the time, about my dad in the Marine Corps. So I don't remember the Marine. I remember the cab driver. That's who I remember.
Yeah.
But he had a friend of his whose name was also Tom. All three of ours were named Tom.
That's amazing.
And his friend Tom, had a son also named Tom, who had his own son, and he named him Tommy. So yeah, we had a lot of fun whenever we were hanging out together. But Dad's friend, like his son, met this girl online, and they'd been talking for a while, and she made the move from Texas to Colorado, thinking she's going to get a chance at a new life. And in between her getting on the bus with nothing but a suitcase to her name and coming to Colorado, young Tom got back with his girlfriend or his wife or whatever. And so now you have this girl who's in her early 20s just stranded in Colorado, thinking she's going to get a new life. And my dad was talking to Tommy, and he said, well, what about her? And he goes, he doesn't care about her. And so Dad met up with her and he said, look, I can give you a place to stay. You know, I'm not going to ask anything of you. You know, just let's get you on your feet. You know, that way you have a roof over your head and everything like that. So
that's really sweet of your dad.
The whole thing with Carla did kind of remind me of that, with the way she got cheated out of with the car. And then his dad saying, you know, we can give her a place to stay. He was a little more apprehensive about it, understandably. But, you know, if you knew my dad and you met this girl, you'd understand why Dad wasn't worried about her at all. She was just, yeah. So I hope she's doing well. Allie, you'll get all that on the replay.
Yeah.
Yes. I will listen to this one. I miss listening to our episodes. I you know what? Next season, I'm saying screw it. I'm going to go back to listening to all our episodes again.
Yeah,
I've really
you should.
been sad about that.
I'm really behind because I'm really behind because my new position at work, I have to spend a lot of time actually wearing this headset, so I can't really listen to podcasts while I work like I did in my last position. So I haven't been able to listen to you guys, but like I would legitimately be laughing out loud listening to you two.
You're so sweet.
We're hilarious, Allie.
Hey, you're professionals. You say it all the time.
No, like this season, with me going back to work too and like balancing work and reading and all that sort of stuff, I haven't been able to go back and listen to our episodes as they come out because I'm like, I need to finish this book. And so, but I think we have a game plan so that I'll be able to do this. So,
yeah,
we'll see. We'll see. But anyways, okay. Did you guys finish?
Was there anything else that we needed to say?
I don't know. I think we pretty much.
I feel like we did. Yeah. I think we're good, Allie. Go ahead.
So Clara, Clara wasn't.
Carla.
Carla.
Oh, I typed it all in wrong. It's going to be Claire. I'm going to be saying that the entire episode.
Did you have Doctor Who on the brain?
She doesn't even watch Doctor Who.
Clara. Why would I say Clara?
Bri gets it.
One of my girls from church's name is Clara, so maybe that's why I said it. But I don't know. Or I was reading it and I wasn't listening to it. So
I like my explanation better. I think it's the universe telling you to watch Doctor Who.
I know. I've watched some of it. But all right.
There's a lot out there.
I know there's a lot. That's why it's too overwhelming. I can't do it.
No, just start with the 2005 series where the rest of us modern fans started. It's perfect.
Yeah.
Well, that's what, 20 years ago?
Yeah.
How many have come out since
but
then?
It's so good.
But it's so good, yeah.
I've watched, is that when, what's his name?
Chris.
Who was the doctor at that time?
Christopher Eccleston.
Yes, that's who I started with. So I did watch all his season. And then because I was a Harry Potter fan. So I watched all of David Tennant's season.
You were?
See, you're halfway there now. Like, come on, keep going. Now you got Matt. Do you like Game of Thrones? House of the Dragon?
Yeah. I mean, I've watched it.
Not House of the Dragon.
No, I haven't watched that one.
Oh.
Matt Smith's in it. Matt's my doctor.
Yeah.
I'm David Tennant for me. I think I told Bri about this, so now we're going to go on a Doctor Who tangent like you guys do sometimes.
Always.
I wish I could have the chance to retake my picture with David Tennant.
Yeah,
because I got so starstruck when I saw him. This was my first ever convention I'd ever gone to. It was 2018, and I was really excited to get a picture with him, and I even brought my sonic screwdriver, my 10th Doctor sonic screwdriver with me. And I'm getting closer, and I see how he's interacting with fans in the short time that you get for these photos, right? Mm-hmm. And he's energetic. He's just the sweetest guy out there. Like there's one group, because you can have a group of 4. It's usually where they max it out. They brought 5 sonic screwdrivers in, so everybody had one, and he immediately took it, and he just immediately pointed at the camera. He took the charge. Yeah. It was just this great picture. Mm-hmm. I got so starstruck seeing that I was literally just like, I just want a good picture. I just want a good picture. And I put the sonic screwdriver in my bag and I set it to where you can put your stuff. And I just walked in as me without it. And I walked up to him. Now, I will say this was a very touching moment. I walked up to him and like with both hands, shook his hands like, "You're my favorite doctor." And he had this giant grin comes off on his face, and he's, "Oh, that's very nice, thank you." So we get the picture, and it's a nice picture, but it looks kind of awkward too. It's just like because we're just kind of both standing there, like, right. And I wish I could take it back so I could actually remember to bring the sonic screwdriver in.
You know what's hilarious?
Maybe he'll be back.
My photo. No, he's not. I got my favorite doctor picture is with Tennant ironically. He's my number 2. But my first con experience was with Matt, and I also hate my picture with him because me and one of my best friends, we both went in to take the picture together. Her doctor's Chris, so she was like excited for me to get my picture with Matt, and obviously wanted to meet him too. So she was like, "Yeah, we'll both go in there." And I wore a shirt that said "Blink if you want me," and I wore it very on purpose. And when it was our turn, he turned, looked to us, said hi, read my shirt, and did the most like obvious blink I've ever seen anyone do. I was dead. I couldn't think, couldn't talk, couldn't anything. So then we go to line up for our photo, and like, because I also had my screwdriver for him. And so I gave that to him. And so he does the thing. But I realize that I'm standing on the wrong side of him. So I just look like the awkward third wheel to a date. And I just look very awkward. And so then we leave and we go and get our picture that's printed. And it's blurry. So they're like, "Oh, you're going to have to go again." And I was like, I had to fucking go experience this again. Like, I just died. I can't. So we get to like cut in front of everyone to go get our picture done again. And I was like, on our walk back, I said, "Sierra, I cannot look at how awkward I'm standing. I'm standing so far away from you guys. I look like I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. I need to you and I should switch sides because that's the side that he's going to go to put an arm around. And I don't know how to stand on the opposite side." And she's like, yeah. What do we do when we go in? I go straight to where I was. I go to the wrong side. I stand super far away again.
You had 2 chances.
And I still screwed it up.
That's funny.
That's impressive.
Oh, gosh. Huh? All right.
Oh, that's a good picture, though.
Oh.
He sent it to us, Hallie. Mine with David, I asked David, I was like, "Hey, can we look like I'm your companion running with you?" And he was like, "Yeah, of course."
I mean, I kind of wish I'd done that, though. I would have loved to have done like a companion or something like that. You know, I don't know. I mean, it's a nice picture, but it's just one of those things. The whole reason I brought the screwdriver to that con
was for that, yeah.
And I got so starstruck that
after we're done with this, I'll send you my Matt picture. It's hanging on my wall because it's Matt, but anytime I look at it, especially now that it's like next to my photo with David, I'm like, you could have had such a good, if me and Sierra had thought about it, we could have came up with a really cool pose for all 3 of us. But instead, I was just like, holy shit, I'm meeting Matt.
Yeah.
It's on my wall, but it does not bring me joy.
All right, just for grins and giggles, I'm going to send you one more. Then we'll get back on track. So I'm a huge Star Trek fan.
Yeah.
And my favorite Next Generation character is Commander Riker, played by Jonathan Frakes. He's also happens to be my wife's favorite, but for other reasons. And you'll see how she's staring at him in this picture.
Yeah, look at her.
That's awesome.
Amazing.
So for those of you listening, we got a table photo with him, and she is like literally just starry-eyed looking at him. He and I are both looking at the camera, and she's just like completely goo-goo over him. And the whole time we were at his table, she was telling him what a stud he was. And
oh my gosh,
it was hysterical. And
I could never.
Well, and it was funny too, because she even tells him how he was the first man that convinced her that beards could be attractive. Because when she and I met, I was in the Army. I was clean shaven. I didn't have a beard, and it wasn't until she started watching Star Trek, namely Next Generation I think it was part of it was because it was something I was interested in. She wanted to know a little bit about it, but she ended up enjoying it. But she locked in on Jonathan Frakes and that beard, because he even pointed at me when she told him that. Like, he points at me and my beard, and I was like, "Hey man, I was in the Army." I couldn't grow
She
it.
met me with a clean face.
I have this because of you.
Well, I trim it because of him, because this is kind of how he looks on the show. But yeah,
That's funny.
Anyway, back to Vision Quest.
Okay.
I think this is going to keep us sane, is our occasional sidebars.
Yes,
I think so. I think so.
Okay. So Carla was invited to stay with them, and she was very comfortable in his house. She would wait. Am I thinking of the right one? Yes, I am. Okay, I'm good. Okay, she's like walking around naked to go to the bathroom, like in front of him. Like she's literally like just met this guy. And
like
he
I've been
noticed
saying this whole
I was
time.
waiting for you to say it, Bri. I was waiting for you to say it.
His author just wrote his fantasy woman.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, he writes more than this for his fantasy, as Allie and I will tell you later.
I think I did a very quick sentence for that chapter right there.
I think I would just write WTF for that chapter, but we'll get there. We'll get there.
Yes, we will. So Loudon notices stretch marks, and he has done research on that. So he wondered if she had been pregnant before. And he found out there had been another guy before him, and he was a very handsome guy. And eventually he asked her about it. And she said yes, but the baby died. And he goes to hang with Cooch, and they talk, and Cooch shares that he's planning on going to a vision quest, which is a Native American thing about like.
I don't remember Carla having a baby in the movie. I don't think that was a plot point.
It never came up. No, they completely cut that out. Thank God.
Yeah, I agree. It was a very pointless plot point in the book.
Mm-hmm.
It felt like.
Yes.
There was a lot of pointless stuff in that book.
Actually, you're not wrong.
But,
you're not wrong.
I mean, yeah,
it's almost like this English teacher had read a bunch of books and was like, oh, what did I like from this book? Oh, what did I like from this one? What about this one? Oh, this is a good story point. This will get the girls interested in it. Oh, she had a baby. Maybe that'll make them want to read it.
So bad. You know, this book has like 4.4 stars on Amazon.
What? Out of 5?
Mm-hmm.
What?
Now, you want to know what's gold though? Is reading the 1-star reviews. Those are.
Oh, I should go.
Oh, I
read those.
believe
Those are
it.
great.
Oh my gosh! Seriously.
I mean, the 5-star reviews are just as comical, but.
Oh, I bet. I can't even. How would they even? What makes them think? Oh, this is 5 stars. This is 5 stars.
They have never read another book before.
That's true. It's all his family.
Oh my gosh.
That would make sense. Yeah.
All right.
Yep.
Let me see where I was. Sorry. I was going to correct all my Claras to Carla, so I won't mess that up. So they're going to go on this camping trip. And Carla's really excited. So before they leave, Loudon scares this paper boy, and he thinks it's hilarious. And like, I'm pretty sure this kid peed. Like, he got that scared. I don't remember if the kid laughed or not, but I was like, that's kind of weird. And on the way out, they like are chatting and flirting, and they hang out with Lola, who's that they know. And on the way out, they hit a deer, and Carla tries to pet it, but then it ends up kicking her, and Loudon shoots it to put it out of its misery. And they go to the hospital to get her all fixed up. And then they go hang out with his grandpa for a bit, and then back to hang out with his aunt. Maybe his aunt is Lola. Is that his aunt's name?
I don't remember.
Okay. And then they decide to like take another night out camping because they're enjoying camping so much. And they end up having sex for the first time. And I think somewhere in here, I didn't write it, but they do end up turning in the deer so that they don't get in trouble for like poaching.
Yeah, I was gonna say, didn't they like turn it in and it turned into a barbecue or something like that?
For the barbecue, but I remember them turning it into the camp official. But who knows?
Yeah.
It could have been a barbecue.
I mean, it seems like a waste.
This was the chapter where I went. I just realized because Allie so graciously leaves all the nasty parts out, but
they have sex. That's all I'm saying.
Yes. But at this point in the book, I realized I was like, every single chapter before this, he has said how much of a hard-on he gets for Carla, or how just thinking about working out, he gets a hard-on. And I'm like, how many times do you have to tell me you get a hard-on?
Bri texted me that a lot. So, man, I'm so glad I got to know how much this is happening. You know, she texted me that a lot.
That's so
And
funny.
wasn't there a scene? I think this was around the time where, like, they visit his grandpa. His grandpa's got a cat. Carla picks up the cat, and he goes, "Cat's got fleas," and she says, "I don't mind." Said no one ever.
I know, right?
Ever.
Oh, it's okay.
No,
I'll
that's-
snuggle
I
a
love
flea-ridden cat.
animals, but yeah, what the fuck?
Oh my
I
gosh.
have 4 cats and 2 dogs. Dear God, God help us if we end up if those little demons
That
come
would
into the
be
house.
They'd be
Horrible.
outside, sleeping outside. Be like, "Fix yourself."
No, yeah. I was like, again, fantasy woman.
Oh my gosh. Growing
So-
up, my dog got fleas, and it was just no way. That's awful.
Yeah, so Terry Davis wants us to believe that she picked up this flea-ridden cat without a care in the world, and then they slept together.
Yeah.
So now Loudon
they
has
just
fleas?
had sex
Around
with
her.
fleas in the car. Yep.
And now they're in the
No.
car. It's just
And then, like, after they have sex, she like wakes up and goes and feeds the kitten because they now have to bottle feed the kitten every few.
To each their own, I suppose. Oh my gosh.
thank you, Terry Davis, for this.
Yes.
My life is
Mhm.
complete now.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Do we know anything about his wrestling at this point? Do we know where his weight's at? Because I don't even remember anymore.
I did not note it, so I'm not
Okay,
sure.
yeah, probably didn't come up because we would know if the wrestling got mentioned.
No, there was so many times throughout this book where I was reading it where I was like, does
Isn't
he
this about
even remember
wrestling? Yeah.
what he's writing about? Like,
There were points I was like, isn't this a wrestling book? Because it's like goes chapters and chapters and chapters where it doesn't even mention wrestling. I was like, wait, I'm so confused.
mm-hmm.
By the way, I'm actually reading a wrestling book where it's actually about wrestling,
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
and it's a breath of fresh air. Like, I fell behind on it because it was during wrestling season, so I'm trying to get back into it. But yeah, it's really nice how in like chapter 2, it's describing this kid just annihilating this other kid in a match. Just like, thank you.
There you
This
go.
is what
Well,
I wanted.
What's the one we read? The Fox something, right?
Foxcatcher.
Foxcatcher.
Oh,
That
that's
was it.
that's just a messed up situation. That whole thing. That's just
Yeah. But I felt like I learned so much more about wrestling from that than this.
Mm-hmm. Because he talked a lot about his matches that
Mhm.
happened before all the messed up shit that happened.
He was also an Olympic wrestler, not a English teacher. So that would make sense as well.
That's true.
How about that? That makes sense. Well, I don't know. Apparently, I think Terry Davis is was also a wrestling coach too, which is the most frustrating thing about this book. He's a wrestling coach and he's an English teacher, and he writes one of the absolute worst books ever about wrestling with the worst grammar and sentence structure I've ever read in my damn life.
Oh my god!
Like,
I
ever.
also just put it together. Like, obviously, we've been sitting here making jokes that he's an English teacher, but like, when writing this book, did he ever stop and go, my students might pick this book up and read it. Maybe I should stop writing about hard-ons and sex. And
I mean, look, I will say this as a former hormonal male. The topic does come up once in a while, but not to this degree. I never heard it described anything like this in this book. Like,
Oh my
ever.
gosh!
there were certain things you could talk about when it came to the opposite sex and what we do with the opposite sex, but then there are also certain details that's just better left unsaid. And a lot of this, I feel like, is Terry Davis venting all of that out because he's just holding it in for however long he needed to, and then this is his way of just get it
all out.
This is what I really wanted to say in high school. You're a terrible person.
All right. Well, now we're with Loudon, and he faints because he's losing weight too fast, and his coach is pissed off. And we find out that Carla and Austin aren't together anymore. Wait, so they slept together?
Yeah, this is
when they were together.
This is like a flashback.
Oh,
This
it's
is
a flashback.
And
That's
this
right,
is like
that's
when
right.
they first were getting together.
That's right.
And yes, she did cheat on her boyfriend with Loudon.
Oh, that's right. But I feel like the Loudon fainted. He's cutting his weight. His coach is pissed. That was one part. And then we go to the flashback,
It was
right?
the flashback. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Again, ADHD brain.
Yes. And so we're at the flashback, and he found out that Carla and Austin aren't together anymore. I think Austin was baby daddy, right?
I think so.
I think so, yeah.
Okay. Because Austin's girl came back and she like pitched a fit, and Loudon offered to hook his friend up. I think it was a Cooch with Belle, who is Carla's friend. So he's trying to play matchmaker right now.
He's not very good at it.
No.
No, he's not. He was just trying to make Carla happy so that, he could get laid.
Yes. Was about okay.
Yeah.
So now that
all of that wasn't in the movie.
No, thank God.
No.
I mean, there's a lot of this. Honestly, I legitimately think that when Darryl was reading this book before he wrote the screenplay, he said, "Okay, the premise isn't bad, but I think I can make this better."
Let's skip all this stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like that's not needed. Like you could
Except
probably
So I thought it was weird that Carla went on a date with a teacher in the movie. I was like, okay, how old are you?
See, I didn't think of it as much as her going on a date. I mean, when you're in a small town like that, I mean, it's Spokane, but I'm sure Spokane was a lot smaller in the 70s and 80s. So, everybody, I always got the feeling, having grown up in a small town, everybody's going to know everybody. And so maybe she just befriended him and they just went to dinner like some friends will do. But Loudon, of course, being the hormonal teenager that he was,
got upset.
Saw it as them.
Right.
Yeah.
Yep. And Carla also at one point in the movie calls Loudon her stepbrother.
Yes. And he's like, what do you mean by that?
You're not blood related. I think that's.
Yep.
It reminds me of that Bad News Bears scene when he's like, I know Italians a lot like kissing your sister, but think about it with the way we've been going, it's like kissing a really hot stepsister.
Oh, no.
One of Billy Bob Thornton's best comedic roles, I think. Like he was hysterical in that.
Yep.
But just that's
Okay.
Take it away, Allie. I got nothing.
All right. So they're at wrestling practice, and Carla comes and chats with Loudon, and we find out that he doesn't wash his clothes all season. And when he was in the shower, one of the boys that the whole team kind of hazed, they ended up taking his false teeth. Wait, no, they took Loudon's false teeth. So yeah, the team hazed this kid, and as payback, he came and took Loudon's false teeth.
He's fucking disgusting.
Okay, first, there's some really, really funky things that can get spread around in wrestling, and it comes from hygiene.
Oh,
Yeah,
duh.
I believe it.
Comes from hygiene. You got ringworm, you got effing Tygo, there is stuff that I still haven't even heard of. That
ringworm from wrestling?
if you're not keeping yourself clean, yeah.
Oh, gross.
Because yeah, absolutely. And that actually, hold on. This medal right here, this was from my junior year.
Mm-hmm.
It's a fourth place medal. I was supposed to be wrestling JV that day, but our varsity wrestler had gotten ringworm. Now, to his credit, he did everything he was supposed to do. He always showered. He did everything he was supposed to do, but he still got it. He immediately went and sought treatment. He was actually cleared to wrestle, but he forgot to bring a current note saying that he had been cleared to wrestle. So I felt bad for him, but at the same time, I meant I got to wrestle varsity, and I ended up placing.
There you go.
But no, yeah. So this was because he had ringworm, and he didn't do anything wrong. Like, he didn't do what you weren't supposed to be doing. But the weird thing about ringworm is, especially in a wrestling room, it can jump to anybody. It doesn't matter how clean you're being, how not. But the best way to get ringworm is to do what Loudon's doing. That's the best way to get it.
Gross.
So now to know, Loudon probably had so many diseases on him.
So he had diseases. He could have had ringworm. He had fleas. Yes, I'm glad.
And Carla took one look at him and went, yeah, that's my man.
Oh, I love this guy. I'll leave Austin for this.
He's diseased.
Never washes his clothes.
I think there's a part in the book where he just barely gets out of his sweaty clothes and she jumps him.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like they haven't showered yet.
Disgusting.
And he has no teeth. Like it's every teenage girl's dream. Guy writes.
Absolutely.
That's Terry Davis's dream. That's
I was
just
gonna say it's Terry Davis's fantasy.
Oh gosh. All right.
Gross.
Well,
God. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Yep.
Loudon goes out to the car where Carla has a surprise. She got the cat, right? It's the same cat or a different cat?
God, I don't know. With the way he jumps all over the place.
I was gonna say.
She got a cat. Oh, maybe it was
I think a cat.
It was a cat because the other cat was Grandpa's cat, right?
Yeah.
And then she went and she got a new cat. Okay. And it turns out a litter of kittens in a car. There was a car with litter of kittens in it that his dad sold, but this was the only one that was alive left. So she adopted it. And Loudon's feeling really dizzy again, and he isn't sure if he can make it a week and a half until his match because he's about to pass out.
The other thing that we haven't mentioned that I was like, what the fuck is this girl on? Loudon kept talking about how Carla kept like, she makes up fun names for imaginary animals or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
You don't remember? It was like,
no, I don't remember.
Oh,
this.
Fuzzy Wuzzikins or whatever.
But for the real cat, not made up animals.
No,
but I do remember that. Carla had this weird thing where she came. It's just
she just made up things.
Yeah,
and Loudon literally said it's pretty weird, but I just go with it. I was like,
yeah,
what?
If he doesn't, if he doesn't, he's not getting laid. So I mean,
right?
I'm pretty sure we know
ringworm.
That should have just. That's just so gross. Yeah, that's Loudon should have had all of this with the way he was taking care of himself. My God, just.
It's so I got so grossed out when he talked about how crusty his outfit was that he
that is so gross.
Was wrestling in at practice because I was like, that's disgusting as fuck.
He's writing his fantasy like this reads like a fan fiction of somebody just coming up with.
Yes,
so it's what it is. A really bad fan fiction.
Really bad fan fiction. It's like if someone sat down to write a wrestling fan fiction about cutting weight where they were then like, oh, maybe it needs to be a story with some like meat to it. So I should probably figure out this character's like backstory. And then this is what we get.
Just kidding.
Who edited this book? That's
actually a great question.
I tried checking like in the book. I was like, who the hell edited this? Like, I can't find anything. I'm kind of convinced
it's
that Terry
probably Terry.
He probably self-published it. It's like, yep, perfect. Self-published.
I wouldn't be surprised. He's like, I wrote it, I edited it. It's beautiful. It's fantastic. It should win a Newbery Prize or whatever the book awards are.
You know what? It got him a movie.
It did. He got a movie. Somehow.
He's getting royalties now. Like that's
the
most disturbing part. He writes a trash book. It's a kind of your formulaic 80s coming of age movie, I'd say.
Yeah, for sure.
Nothing stands out about it. I mean, I would pick it over a couple other movies from that era, just for certain reasons. But I mean, it's not a terrible movie. But it's certainly not all that great. It's just
the fact that it was basically just a Madonna soundtrack. I was like,
it's probably the only way
that was a choice.
It's probably the only way they're going to get people to watch it. Oh, Madonna's in it.
That's true.
They got the new Madonna song.
Actress now.
We gotta go see it. One of my notes is literally because Madonna would play in a bar.
Right. Hey, she was a new and coming artist, supposedly, right?
That's true. Obviously, even though the book is all about him cutting weight, obviously it was very important for Terry to write about it, right?
Yes. So, exactly. Who don't mention his weight in 15 chapters, but yes, that's the whole point.
Oh, for the record, I'm just going to throw this out there since we're on that. I'm currently writing my first book, which is loosely based on our football team from my senior year. But as we got closer to today to record, I decided I know I'm going to write a follow-up to the book when this is done, because this book, the main character, is told from the first perspective, who's literally based on me. I was like, you know what? I can write a second book about my wrestling season when I cut 30 pounds in a month and actually make it good.
Maybe you'll get a movie and deserve it.
That'd be cool. That'd be cool.
Find a way to get it to Taylor Lautner, because he wanted to do the sequel to this.
I mean, Taylor Lautner's at that age now where he'd probably have to be the coach.
He would.
Unfortunately, yeah.
Yeah,
He's
we're getting old.
Fluffy too, but
unfortunately.
Oh, is he?
High school.
Is he getting a little pudgy now?
He's got a little belly, but
yeah,
it's not bad. It's just not high school werewolf abs belly like he used to have.
It's true. It's true.
I don't see anything wrong with it, but maybe not.
He's got a dad bod. It's okay.
He has a dad bod.
Well, he got a. Did you know, Allie, that he's got a baby on the way?
I do. I think it's so cute.
Yep.
Everybody's like, they need to name it Taylor too, because they'll be all the
they're both Taylor. Yeah. That would be way too fucking confusing.
That would be super confusing. All right. So, all right. Louden's at work and he like delivers room service to this hotel.
Oh God, I've been waiting for this.
My favorite. This was the opening scene of the movie, and I was like, "Whoa, okay."
So
to the movie. Yeah, go ahead, Allie.
He was not naked, because in the book, he is naked. This tenant, not tenant,
guest
is naked, and it's like he's making inappropriate comments, admitting that like, oh, I didn't know you were in school, but that didn't stop him being super inappropriate, like touching himself and all this sort of stuff. And Louden's like, Merry Christmas, and like drops off his food and then goes down and he talks to Elmo, who's the chef, and Sally, who works there. And then he's like, I'm off the next few weeks. Merry Christmas, because I got a match to weigh in at.
To the movie's credit, it was a brief scene and it was mildly comical.
Yeah,
yes,
that's true.
It wasn't outright physical, like sexual. Like this is like straight up what we got in the book. That is straight up sexual assault. It's not even not even harassment. That is straight up assault.
Yeah,
because didn't he like at one point have Louden kind of pinned up against the wall and cupped his hands over Louden's crotch?
Yeah,
like
I think so.
Yep,
dude.
I read that and I was like, what the fuck? Like, this is one of those plot points where I was like, what is the purpose of this? There is no purpose.
It's like chapter 17 that you managed to get out of reading. I should have kept my mouth shut. Then we could all rant about this.
No, I'm glad.
I read it.
I'm glad.
Did you read it? Chapter 17?
Yeah.
Or did you skip it?
Did I read it? Yeah, I read it. I was the one that texted Bri to skip it because I was trying to save you both, and I didn't realize that you had already read it yet.
Yes. You didn't read it? Oh.
I mean, I tried getting her. It's like, it's only 2 pages. She's like, yeah,
it is only 2 pages. I almost read ahead when I heard that. I was like, what could be so bad that we have to skip? But I didn't read ahead. But then I read it and I was like, that makes sense why we were told to skip this chapter.
Oh, wait. So you wait, whoa. So you could have skipped it. I actually did read it before you, and you read it anyway.
Yes, I did. Yes. I almost read it. I almost read ahead to read it. I'm a curious person. You tell me not to do something, I'm gonna do it. Like, but I was like, I can wait till I get there. I was counting down. I was like, chapter 17. I was told it's 17. Let's see what it is.
We had gotten to you too late. So when I got to chapter 17, I almost was like, okay, maybe I'll read it just so that I can read the whole book. I read the first sentence and said, fuck that. I already don't like this. And I went to the next chapter.
Well, now I feel bad for not going into as much details because you don't get to enjoy it with us.
We can just read the chapter to her on the page. We can just read the chapter to her when we get to that point in the discussion. It's just 2 pages, Bri. Just 2 pages.
Just 2 pages.
And yet the best part is
at that point, I'll be like, "Oh shoot, Loki's making a racket over here." I gotta take care of it.
Another thing I was wondering when I was reading this, because of how often he talks about his and Carla's sex life. How does he have any energy to do anything?
I know he would be like, "I was so tired and I got home." but then we had sex. I was like, but I'm tired like that. I pass out, dude.
Yes.
I mean,
Makes
yeah.
Carla do everything.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, based on how he
Fantasy.
describes her, she's probably fine with that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right?
She loves it. That's your favorite thing. You just lay there.
Dear Penthouse.
Yes. Oh my gosh. All right. So he went out for a run and he ran into the kid that stole his teeth. And the kid returned them, but they're frozen in ice. So he has to like go hang out with Carla and like wait for them to melt. And then they have sex. Because that's what you do when you pass time.
You know, good for the, you know what? I will say this. Good for the kid for freezing him like that.
Yes.
Good for him.
Yeah.
Agreed. He hazed him back. Good job.
Yep.
All right.
Yep.
And that didn't happen in the movie, right? None of the teeth.
No, nothing like that can happen. No.
Okay. Yep. All right. So it's Christmas, and a woman named Cindy comes over, and it turns out she's Loudon's dad's girlfriend. And when Loudon first met her, he was kind of being sarcastic to her and kind of a jerk. But she spat it right back at him. And he's like, okay, like, cool, same. And his nose ended up bleeding a whole bunch, which later it was bleeding a whole bunch. And then later at Christmas time, she brought her toddler over to open gifts because that's the age difference right there. A high schooler versus she has a toddler. And then, Loudon was like, with kids. Like, it was not his favorite thing, but he ended up really kind of liking and jamming with this kid. And in the end, him and Carla like Cindy. So he's Team Cindy. Good job, Dad.
Dad's girlfriend is not a thing in the movie.
Nope. Dad's just a single dad, just trying to, just him and Loudon.
Yep.
Yeah.
Trying to live through life.
Okay.
Kind of a weird side plot there. Thank you again. Thank you for that, Terry Davis.
It felt like it was out of the blue. Like, if maybe Dad had been talking about going on dates, great. But I was like, this feels like they just met and she's already staying at their house. And then for Christmas, she's bringing her child over.
I mean, for Christmas, I could understand that. Like, if she's going to spend time with him, she's got the kid, bring the kid. But you know, it's if it was like first date or first time ever meeting him, then I would think that's a little weird. But I think they established he'd been dating her. You know, it wasn't like his first date.
I think that's true, but it felt very much like it was a first date, and I was like, "Girl,
that's because Terry Davis can't write."
That's very true. That's absolutely true.
We should just change the name of this episode to Terry Davis Sucks. Like that. This is kind of
don't read Terry Davis's book.
Has he written anything else? Do we know?
Yep.
Oh no.
Yep.
No.
What else did he write?
Hold on, let me look it up while Allie's getting herself ready to key it up. Hold on, give me just a minute. Terry Davis, American novelist, born 1946. Oh, he was born in Spokane.
Okay.
Yeah, there's Davis, who has been a high school English teacher and a wrestling coach, is the author of 3 novels for young adults: Vision Quest, 1979, Mysterious Ways, 1984, and If Rock and Roll Were a Machine, 1992. He has also written Presenting Chris Crutcher, a biography of the respected young adult author.
Interesting. Sounds like a good time.
I won't be picking those up.
This is hilarious. So if Rock and Roll Were a Machine had a link, I'm on Wikipedia and had a link to it, so I clicked on it.
Yeah.
This is the description in the first opening thing. If Rock and Roll Were a Machine is a young adult novel written by Terry Davis. It was first published in 1992 and was re-released in a new edition in March 2003. Despite its title, it has little to do with machines and less to do with rock and roll.
Oh my gosh. That sounds familiar.
That does not surprise me.
It primarily focuses on the central character's coming of age through the sport of racquetball.
Oh,
what the fuck?
It's set in the same high school as Vision Quest 20 years later.
Oh my gosh. So it's a sequel. Is that what the Taylor Lautner one was going to be? Racquetball? Oh no.
Oh, God.
Goodness me. All right. Well, okay.
Yeah. So that happened.
All right. Well, good for him. Making dreams happen for himself. Okay. Back to this story. Carla and Loudon went camping again. and they were just determined to see a deer because she had never seen a deer. Wait, didn't they kill a deer? What do you mean? Why? Okay.
It was elk. It was elk.
Oh, she wanted to see elk.
This
Okay.
time it was elk. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you. She saw some.
But also, why are you so excited to see an elk? Like,
she was so excited. Like I mean, it's fun to see wildlife, but I would not stay awake and watch it all night long. But mate, that's just me. So if you're really determined, that's good for you. Good for you, Carla. Yep. All right. Loudon told us about his Christmas tradition in seeing a movie about Jesus. I don't remember what it's called. Something
Jesus Christ Superstar.
Oh yeah, Superstar. Every year. And he always feels so much better.
You gotta watch it. It's so good.
Wait, it's a real movie?
It's a play. It's a Broadway musical.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
Jesus Christ Superstar.
Okay, the way he described it, it sounded like an Easter movie more than a Christmas movie.
Yeah, it is.
Potato, tomato. I mean.
Okay, I'll watch it next Easter. Remind me, and I'll watch it.
It's about Jesus's crucifixion and resurrection.
Okay.
So it's really more Easter than anything else. But
it came out at Christmas time for Loudon, and he loves it. And he doesn't believe in Jesus, but his soul always feels so much better every time he watches this movie.
That's how I feel when I watch the first Christopher Reeve Superman.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
Okay, very cool.
Yeah, that's. Sorry, that was random, but it's like saying Loudon, same.
I'm trying to think.
Same.
Yeah, I don't have a movie that just makes my soul feel good.
Anything with Taylor Lautner?
Anything with Rob? No.
I was waiting for Bri to say that.
Yes. Okay, are we ready? We're at chapter 17 now.
Oh,
yay! We're almost back to wrestling.
I love your note for it, Allie.
A random chapter of him explaining sex fantasies. That's what the chapter is. And it is fantasies, right? Because I reread the first paragraph and it sure doesn't sound like a fantasy.
It's not a fantasy. It's real.
No. So there's a two-part thing with this.
Okay.
Cringe.
Oh, it's his ADHD brain.
Yeah.
Okay.
So the first part, and this is something that was kind of used in the movie, but not the way it is here. But in the first part, it's a flashback memory to a bunch of guys that he knew running a train on a girl in the basement.
But she loves it.
But she loves it. Yeah, like she was like the sister to one of his friends, and so like they're all running a train on her, and Loudon didn't partake, which I guess that's one redeeming quality about him with this book.
Yeah.
But then the next page, the next part of it is literally some weird fantasy. Like it's a bestiality fantasy. I kid you not.
What?
I'm not making this up. I'm not making this up. And I had a coworker of mine. I was right after I'd read that, because she at the time she sat in the cubicle right next to me. But she was
right there.
Yeah, see, Allie found it. But she was asking me, like, because I just had this look on my face, like, oh my God, I just read the absolute most horrific thing I've ever read in my life. And she goes, what? I said, it's just terrible trash book that I'm reading for my friend's podcast. But this is like the most cringeworthy teenage sex fantasy thing I've ever read. And that's just putting it mildly. And she looks at me, she goes, I want to read it. I was like, okay, first of all, before I hand this to you, because some people might consider this like an HR complaint.
Yeah.
I need to know that it's okay.
You're not going to go to HR.
Yeah, you're not going to get me in trouble with this, are you? She says, no, I'm not. I promise. So I said, all right. So I handed it to her, and I don't know if this is going to be on YouTube or not, but for those of you not watching, or for those of you listening, as she's watching it, or as she's reading it, I'm just watching her silently. I see her hand do this, just very silently covers her mouth, and I knew where she was, and then she looks at me and just mouthed, "What the fuck." It's like, yeah, I'm
so glad I skipped that chat.
I'm gonna join you in so you know what we're talking about. I'm not gonna read it, but I'm gonna summarize it for you. He imagined his history teacher having sex with a horse, and then later on he's imagining Belle, who was the girl from his
Carla's friend.
Yeah, who was the girl that everyone was violating earlier, that she just loved it. So she imagined Belle and having sex with her. So he first thinks of that, and then you scroll down. You read down a little bit more, and then he's thinking about Belle, and then along with Belle, his history teacher, and a horse is mounted her. Like what? What is happening?
Why horses? Of all animals,
Sure.
why horses?
I think it was because she showed us a movie about the potential future shocking effects of artificial insemination. That's what it says. That's why. That's why horses.
And also, how big is a horse's member? I mean,
Too large. I'm pretty sure I remember in high school hearing about a guy that did this and he died because of it. You remember this? Yeah.
I do remember.
Oh man. Oh yeah, and he's like finishes his chapter and he just ends it with weird. Yes, it is weird.
that's a really nice way of saying that.
Weird.
Yeah.
And then the last part is like it just goes on to saying about how he wants to drink hot chocolate floats. He goes from that to that. I'm like, wait, what? But that's it. That's chapter 17 for all of our friends that want to skip it. And
2 whole pages. There you go.
I'm so glad that you filled me in. That's disgusting.
You're welcome.
I'm glad I skipped it.
You should actually read it.
I thought it was all
fascinating.
going to be about the thing that happened with the friend's sister. And
No,
literally just the first sentence of the chapter made me go, oh, this is about to be disgusting. And I went to the next one.
That's really just the first 2 paragraphs. And then it goes to horse stuff. Oh my gosh. Oh gosh. Well, yeah, I read that part on the airplane with my kids next to me, and I was like, and I'm like hiding the book. I'm like, don't look.
That just made it even better.
Yeah, I was so nervous because I was like, you know how you're on an airplane and you can see through the seats? I was so nervous someone behind me was reading what I was reading. I was like,
she's into the spicy books.
The weird spicy books.
Hey, no kink shaming here. They're just
oh my gosh.
If horses do it for you, Allie.
Yeah, I guess so. All right. Anyway, so made it through. So now they're wrestling Lewis and Clark's school. And sausage doesn't make weight. Who's sausage? Did I put that in wrong? What is it supposed to be? Maybe it's not Louden. No, I don't think so. No, because I was on the plane, so I was typing this out. So I think maybe it is sausage.
I think you're right. Yeah.
Yeah, I think they called him sausage.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
No, I don't remember a character called Sausage.
I think it was like a nickname or something like that. But anyways, all right. So he didn't make weight. So for his lower group, so he has to wrestle in the bigger group, even though he's now the smallest in the bigger group. So that sucks. He ended up losing his match, and his dad yells at the ref, but he feels bad after yelling at him. So he's like, oh, I'm sorry. And Louden wrestles. And while he's wrestling, his nose starts to really bleed. And so he had to stop because he's freaking getting blood all over the mat and everything like that. And he takes time out. He stuffs Kleenex up there and he's like, let's go again. And that worked, I guess, because then he went out there and he was able to finish the match and he won.
Yeah.
Would that be allowed?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. So
wrestling with tissues?
Oh, yeah. So the way it works now is if there's ever, we call it injury time, and it can be anything for a nosebleed to a legitimate injury.
Okay.
So for non-spinal injuries, so like let's say you get taken down and you land on your head, they stop them. I mean, they stop the match where it is, but they don't start the time until the trainer gets to you for anything that could be a potential head or neck injury and you get 5 minutes for that. With non-spinal injuries like that, like a nosebleed or a dislocated shoulder or something like that, you get a minute and a half.
Oh my gosh.
So like if all it takes is 30 seconds and like, okay, no, he's fine, they'll stop blood time. So you have a minute of time left before that. So if it comes down to where they cannot get the so they'll stuff some tissues in the nose and get you cleaned up. You get all the blood off, clean the blood off the mat, and it's see, we're cleaner with the mats than Loudon is with his own body.
Duh.
Then they start the matchup again. But let's say one of the Kleenex falls out and the blood keeps coming. You have to stop the match again, get everything cleaned up, get him stuff back up again, and send him back out. And I have literally seen it where they'll get it stuffed up in there, and then they'll take like the wraps and wrap it around the head to keep them in the nose.
Wow.
Because once you run out of injury time, the ref calls the match.
Oh, got
it. So you can.
And so every time you're putting stuff back in, that's part of your injury time, huh?
So you have a minute 30 total. So you use 30 seconds of it. Now, okay. Yeah, that's what you
Now
said.
you have a minute left. Yeah.
Got it.
So, and that's to go across potentially 6 minutes of a match.
Wow.
So yeah, you could be forced to forfeit a match because of a nosebleed, which we actually see in the movie.
Yeah.
Yes,
because that does happen aloud. And my only issue with the scene in the movie is that they call it too quickly.
Yeah.
Because I think they stuff him. He goes back out there, then he comes back up, and his coach is like, "You're gonna have to call it." Like that's way too soon.
Got it.
But yeah, no. So yeah, no. Stuff your nose. Go back out there and finish.
Crazy.
Yeah, finish him. But no, that's actually a very accurate thing that you see in the sport.
Cool.
So you're not going to hear this often. Well done, Mr. Davis.
Good job.
Well done. Golf clap.
The one time.
Yeah.
All right.
So I have Allie's notes in front of me. And I love getting to see. He has to eat Spanish to help his iron.
Hey, I'm like texting or typing on the airplane and reading. I'm sure autocorrect changed spinach to Spanish. So he has to eat spinach to help his iron. I was going to fly through that one without anyone noticing. And then you go and call me out like that.
Because that one's too hilarious not to. He has to eat Spanish.
I was like, Spanish what? Spanish rice? What am I talking about? And then I remembered what it was. All right. So it's Christmas and he's hanging out with his family. Wasn't it already Christmas? And now it's Christmas again? But okay.
I think it was a flashback, but yeah.
Okay. All right. So then.
Oh, wait. No, you're right. I actually do remember this because when I read this part, I was like, hold on. We were already on Christmas break like 3 chapters before, but we're still on it now.
Yeah,
and
maybe it was Christmas
wrestling?
and now it's like that week in between New Year's and Christmas.
Like midwinter.
He's just calling it Christmas. I don't know.
Yeah, because maybe it's one of those things where they're having multiple Christmas celebrations with
that's true.
Friends or family.
Okay. So he's hanging with his family, and we get background on his friend Ollie, and we learn about how all the seniors have a year to write these theses to graduate with honors.
That does not happen in the movie. He's only focused on wrestling in the movie.
That didn't even happen in my high school.
Yeah.
No, I've never heard of that either.
I didn't have to write a thesis.
Nope.
No, to graduate with honors, you just needed 4.0 or something like that, right?
Yeah.
We had 4 valedictorians in my class.
Wow.
We had 4.
Dang.
They had cumulative 4.0. Like they changed it after we graduated just because, they went to an actual ranking system. But yeah, we graduated with 4 valedictorians because they all had 4.0s.
Dang.
Impressive.
Mm-hmm. They had a pretty good graduation speech. It was funny.
Well, good. I know I just went to my nephew's graduation and they were just speeches. I was like, yeah, good. A typical graduation speech. Good job. Good work.
Yeah.
All right. So they're on their way to a match and they pass this car crash or wreck. And it was clear that people had died because there was fire truck and there was fire and they were in the car. So people were still in the car and the car was on fire, I guess. That's really all we got about that.
This was a chapter that I also was like, why is this in here? This did nothing for the story.
I think
Bri sent me the bus, right?
Yeah, they were on the bus. Yeah. I think Bri actually sent me a really funny text about that.
Oh, did I? I am kind of funny sometimes.
Okay. Well, all right. That didn't happen in the movie. Okay. So they get there and the match starts and he's staying at a friend's house because they had to go out of city.
Oh, here
to
it
get
is.
There.
What did I say?
I'm now reading a chapter on a car accident that was in flames. Why do I need to know a body was flailing and a head was severed?
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
that's
I
right.
forgot because they literally tell you about the injuries. And I was like, because the whole purpose of this chapter is they're on the bus either going to or from the wrestling match.
Going to.
So you would think it would be like, oh, we're all on the bus, we're bonding, we're a team, blah blah blah. And then it's like, oh, there's this car wreck. And it's literally almost like Terry just wanted to write about the most gruesome car wreck he could write about.
Well, that's the best part. Is your next text after that was the best part is how nothing goes into each other, so we're literally just reading random shit. And I replied with, I just imagine it's written by Brick from Anchorman, and at least makes sense why it's all over the place.
Yep.
I love that thought. Yes. Oh my gosh. All right. Well, he's at his friend's house because they're in the town wherever he's doing his match up. And he's so close to making weight. So he didn't eat anything because he didn't want to ruin it. And then they watched a couple of matches because his match was not that day.
That's common.
Well,
yeah, that's very common. If you're a pound or two off weight, just don't eat.
Yeah.
That's make weight, then you can have a big breakfast. Nobody cares. Just make the weight. So yeah, that's common. And watching the matches too, it's weird nowadays just because you have like sites like Track Wrestling and Flow Wrestling where they actually have video of these other wrestlers. So if there's somebody in particular you're looking for, you can get online and find them that way.
Wow.
But, you know, back in my day, no, we actually had to go watch the matches if there's somebody we were scouting. I only ever scouted when I was at a tournament.
Yeah.
Just because if I knew there was a guy I was going to be wrestling who was coming up to wrestle, I'd go watch his match to see what, if anything, I could give. And yeah, it's paid off.
Yeah.
It's also backfired on me because I have a match where I was wrestling a 4-time state champion, and I had a really bad habit of taking a step back the minute the match started because it was a defensive thing because some guys like to shoot right off the bat. But when you do something like that, you briefly expose your lower body. Literally, he had me literally pick me up on the mat within a second of that match blowing because he was watching the way I wrestled. There's a reason why he won state 4 times, and that was
right.
So yeah, I mean, sorry, wrestling tangent there, but the whole watching the other matches, that's the thing. And one thing I wanted to comment too, I think this is where they established that they actually have a pretty good relationship with Shoot.
I think so.
He has a decent relationship with Shoot, which is not the case in the movie. Like,
no. I was confused when I watched the movie. I was like, I thought that Shoot was a decent dude.
Mm-hmm.
But he's a dick
they're
in the movie.
They're in it together. Like they both they're just want to win. Like, yeah, they're not against each other, like hating each other. It's just, I'm trying to win a match. You're trying to win a match. Let's do it.
I mean, in the movie though, you got to have some kind of conflict, and you got to have a.
Well, also at this part in the movie, this is when Carla essentially ditches Loudon, and it's like, peace. But they first off have sex, and then she bounces like the morning after, and then is just gone. But like before the night ends, she's like, make sure you make weight.
Yeah.
And then she's gone.
Well, the reason why she says that, I don't know if you remember, but it was after they had sex, and they're driving in the car, and she's got like a slice of pizza or a hot dog or something, and she gives him a bite off it. She said it's your last one. Because you got to get back on track and he's ready to call it off. I don't know what I was thinking, man. I'm going to give that up. So they get it on one more time, but she tells him to make the weight, and then she bounces. So I mean, to her credit, he was ready to give all of that up over her.
Yeah.
And I know she didn't want to be
why he didn't
do it. Yeah, and I think that says a lot about the way they wrote Carla in the movie. Very much more realistic. She's obviously older. I think they said she's like, 21, 22 in the movie?
I think it was 22. Yeah.
Yeah, Loudon's 18. So she's obviously knows a little bit. I mean, we were all idiots when we were that age, but she's obviously smarter than he is.
Yeah. Yes.
So honestly, I give her credit to her for that. For that scene, because she was aware enough to recognize the issue and just get out of there so he could refocus.
And then she comes and watches the match, and then she leaves again.
Yep.
And Loudon treats her like shit very briefly.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah. And again, I kind of understand why Loudon's upset because she just disappeared. But
yeah,
I don't think there was anything else she could have done. I think she had to just get out of Dodge because if she tried to talk to him, it wasn't going to get anywhere.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Yep. So Loudon got home or back to where he was staying, and he fell asleep. He was exhausted. And the next day he did laundry. Or
what?
Yeah, he did.
No, he did a laundry room workout.
Oh, he did a laundry room workout. Oh,
He did
so
not
does
do
use the
laundry.
laundry room.
Just not for the right purpose.
My gosh. And right after his sweaty workout, he has sex with Carla. And then he races to the gym for practice.
How does he have the energy to do this?
As he's also like fainting all the time too. Like
nosebleeds all over the place. Oh my gosh. Oh gosh. All
I
right.
honestly think Loudon is an extension of Terry Davis. He's just a dumbass.
Yep, I agree.
Like if Red Foreman would hear, he would say dumbass.
And that he wants to shove his foot up his ass.
I want to go Red Foreman and shove my foot up his ass. It's just.
I would gladly watch.
So they went to this New Year's Eve dance and they had a great time. And Carla got sick by an allergic reaction because there was ginger in the food and she's allergic to that. And Loudon was a good boyfriend and he took care of her.
Oh, he was not selfish for once. Good for him.
Yes,
surprising.
Good for him.
Again, another point in the book where I was like, why am I reading this? Like, what is this point?
All right. And then it was the night before the match and Loudon is very nervous. And the next day he wakes up and he has to snow shovel the sidewalk because he's heading off to school. And finally, it's time to weigh in. And he's exactly 147 pounds, just like Shoot. So he's in the weight class he needs to be in.
Yay, Loudon.
Yeah.
We finally got there.
Yes.
In the movie, he makes weight, but it's after like they have to weigh every other wrestler before he gets there because he's Mr. Carla's not here. I'm not wrestling. And then he's like, oh,
So
I
the
should go wrestle.
So the reason why they do it like that too is, at least back then, it's not the case anymore. But they would give him they would weigh the two wrestlers together like you see in the movie, and if they have a wrestler there who's not there yet, they'll hold off on weighing that weight. But then if that other wrestler doesn't come in, they have to forfeit the weight. And so all he has to do is just make weight and the team wins. So the way wrestling works in duels, like what we see in the movie, is a pin is worth 6 points for the team, and so is a forfeit.
Oh,
so
wow.
if you have to forfeit a weight, you're giving up 6 points.
Oh,
So yeah, that's a big deal. So Loudon wasn't there, and so they were waiting to weigh him. Nowadays, the way they do is they just weigh everybody, and if the guy's not there by the time everybody's weighed,
Okay, so say they are, they weigh them. They're both there and they both weigh. They're able to be weighed, but the one guy doesn't make weight, so he can't compete against the other guy. Is that like a forfeit of the match too because he didn't make it, or how does that work?
if they don't have somebody to fill in, then yes, they have to forfeit because they don't have somebody at that weight. Yeah, and usually they'll let you wrestle. They'll let somebody wrestle as high up as 2 weights above. I did that my junior year because I lost my varsity spot. It sucked. I lost by 1 point in the final challenge because
shoot.
Yeah, I was livid, but we didn't have anybody at heavyweight, and so I would literally drink a gallon of water before weigh-ins every week, just so I could make sure I weighed the minimum to wrestle heavyweights, and then I usually sprint to the bathroom after that.
Yeah.
But I do remember one time that same season, my junior year, where we had so many injuries, so many guys hurt that my coach had to Frankenstein the roster going into a really tough duel that we got absolutely annihilated at. It was just to make sure that we didn't just give up any weights. But I should have been wrestling at 189. I was wrestling 215. Our 215 pounder was wrestling heavyweight. Our JV 171 pounder was wrestling 189 where I should have been. It was an absolute mess that day. So if you have two guys that weigh and say like Louden and Shoot 147 and then one weighs 148, whoever's weighing 148 doesn't wrestle. He missed weight. So you have to hope that there's somebody below that can fill into that spot so you're not forfeiting it.
Got it.
Wow.
And so is it like weight classes, like between this weight and this weight? is good to go, or you
Yeah.
have to be the exact? Okay.
No, it's
Okay.
weight classes. So if you're wrestling 147, you can weigh 146. You just can't weigh over. You just can't weigh over that. So if you weigh in at 148, then they could bump you to like 150 or whatever the next weight class is, but you can't weigh 147.
Makes sense. Okay. That's cool. Cool.
And there's no greater way to piss off your coach than to miss weight.
I believe it.
No, that happened my second year coaching in Colorado. We were on our way to a tournament. We're waiting for this one kid. He wasn't showing up. So we're like, guys are calling him, coaches call him, and he finally answers. He's like him and hawing about we're going to the tournament. He doesn't really want to go and he just wants to sleep in or whatever. And one of the assistant coaches drove to his house, got him out of bed, and got him on the bus. We get up to the tournament, and we were all scattered. But I just took the wrestlers to get them weighed in. He was a pound over. So already he is at the top of our head coach's shit list because of the way he was him and hawing and not really and being late and not wanting to be there. Now he's a pound over, and I had to be the one to go tell the head coach that he was a pound over.
Yikes!
That was not a good day for him.
No.
I mean, he actually had to go home. He called me and said, "You need to call your dad and tell him to come pick you. I don't want to look at you." That's how livid our head coach was.
Wow.
Yeah, he didn't even want to. He didn't want to look at him. So yeah,
it's wild.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man.
Yeah, it's a thing. Wrestling can be very intense. It's very rewarding because some of the best friends I've ever had came from the wrestling team, both as a coach and as a wrestler. But I speak very highly of my coach. But the scariest I'd ever seen him was when I almost missed weigh-ins.
Wow.
So missing weigh-ins outright or being overweight, that's a great way. It doesn't matter how cool your coach is. That's not a good day for you.
Yeah, for sure. My goodness. All right. Well, finally,
Louden makes weight. Louden makes weight.
Yes. He made weight, and he's so nervous to head out to the mat, but he eventually did with the encouragement from his friends and his coach. And once he's there, the coin toss did its thing, and he was pumped. And now he goes and he shakes Shoot's hand, and that's the end of the book. You know how I just sat there on the plane, and I was like, "What the hell did I just read all this book for if I don't even get the match?" I was so mad.
No, I'll agree with you on that because we had to suffer through all that trash and we didn't even get a payoff. Like I said, I do prefer the ending of the book compared to the ending of the movie. But the fact that we went through all that and we didn't even get had it been all about the focus of him losing the weight and training and scouting and doing everything he needed to wrestle Shoot, then I can live with it. It's fine. But it's the fact that we had to read through all that trash. I think it was 18 chapters before we finally got to a wrestling match.
Yes.
All about him losing weight to wrestle.
Book.
Yeah. The whole premise is supposed to be his obsession to lose weight to wrestle Shoot. And had that been the focus, okay, he made the weight, he's going to wrestle Shoot, and that's the end. We don't leave it ambiguous. That's fine. But I absolutely understand where you guys are coming from. I get it.
Yeah. Yeah. That's how I felt too, Allie. I was like, what the hell? Why is this where it ends? The movie ends with they wrestle and Louden wins.
Yeah, that would never happen in real life, by the way.
Yeah. I didn't think so. I was like, he's kind of weak, isn't he?
It's exactly right. Yeah, no, and I bring it up in my video too, which you'll see because I have the footage for you too. I have the first match that I wrestled after I cut all of that weight on video. I have it. I got annihilated in that match. That guy manhandled me like I was a freaking Raggedy Andy doll. Like it just wasn't even close. Like he hooks my arms back behind my legs, but do this little weird do-si-do spin on the mat, and I'm on my back. Couldn't move, couldn't think, just laying there, just kind of semi-dazed because I just finally made weight after spending a month trying to cut 30 pounds.
Yeah.
So yeah, you're going to try to tell me that Loudon's going to just barely make weight after losing his discipline, we might add, with the whole thing with Carla. He's going to barely make weight and then go out there and pin the multi-state champion. That's no.
Yeah.
Nope. And that's just one grievance I have with that ending scene.
This is when I would get very heated if I had really liked the book with Allie and be like, God damn it, the movie's just giving us the hero winning because that's what they want to do. They want the hero to always fucking win.
No means the 80s. That's how they had to tie it off the bow. I think that's what you said when we met. They got to tie it off all off of the bow.
All pretty.
So, yeah, and there are other things with that final scene that really bugged me. But honestly, I would say him beating Shoot bugs me the most, just because wouldn't. If it were if they went the Rocky route, where maybe they win all three would they go all three matches and Shoot still wins because he is the better wrestler. Yeah. And especially given the tension that we had between Shoot and Louden, the times that they, and then maybe Shoot has a little more respect for him. That's honestly, I think that would have made it so much better for me anyway. Just there's other things they do in that last scene, like when Louden walks out on the mat. Do you know what's wrong with him?
No.
His singlet is down and he doesn't have his headgear on.
Oh. He wouldn't do that. The second you're on the mat, don't you have to be ready?
Because it cuts to Shoot. Shoot hasn't even walked on the mat, because in dual meets, depending on how the coin toss works, one team is going to have to send their wrestler out first on the odd matches, and the other team sends their wrestler out on the even matches. So in this case, because they're wrestling, I think 168 in the movie, it's 168. Obviously, Louden's team has to send him out first on the even matches.
Okay.
Right, or wherever that. No, I'm doing that the wrong way, because it's odd by first match, second match, third match. So 1, 2, 3. So whatever, Louden had to go out on the mat first for his match against Shoot. Louden walks out there, his singlet's down, his headgear's not even on. But when it cuts to Shoot, his singlet is on, his headgear's strapped, he's ready to go. Because the idea is that they're supposed to get on there, shake hands, ref blows the whistle. That's it. So Shoot walks out on the mat, Louden's still not ready. And we're standing there for a minute while he's pulling his headgear up, his singlet on, and putting his headgear on. In real world, Louden gets called for stalling, and Shoot is awarded a point. Shoot is awarded a point for that, and the team is penalized a point.
Wow!
So a point comes off their score in real world. If you even report to the table, like in a tournament, looking like that, you're getting called for stalling. I've actually had to stop my own wrestlers because they're so gung-ho about going to report on time that they don't even have their stuff ready. And one of them was a senior. I had to straight up, I channeled my old drill sergeant, stop. And he goes, what? I said, pull up your singlet, put your headgear on. And he does that very quickly. He's like, now go check in. So show him
that scene and be like, don't be him.
And there's only one other thing about that scene that bothers me too, is you may remember this, you may not, but it's very early on in the match when Louden and Shoot are fighting to get the takedown, and they end up going out of bounds, and the ref says no takedown, right?
Yeah. Okay.
So in wrestling, if there's no takedown, if it doesn't even matter if you're both down close on the mat or whatever, it doesn't matter how it is. If the ref says out of bounds, no takedown, you guys start back on your feet. You go back out, you're on your feet because nobody got a takedown. Go back and watch that scene. He puts Louden on the bottom, so Louden has to get down, and I guess he has to get out. Or it makes no sense to me, because because Louden tries to explode up, Shoot takes him to the mat, and the ref awards a takedown to Shoot. That's not a thing. He literally gave Shoot a takedown with that scene. Yeah, and it just makes no sense. I have feelings about that scene. So many feelings.
Well, thank you for sharing those feelings.
Yeah.
Yes. All right. Well, that's all I got. So is there anything else that you want to chat about with that before we get to casting?
Don't read this trash book, please.
I agree.
And if you decide you want to read it, buy it from Goodwill. Buy it from Goodwill, goodwillbooks.com, nonprofit. Or you can go to a used bookstore. I'm sure somebody there has it. That's actually where I found my $2 copies at Half Price Books. Do not buy it off Amazon. Don't buy it in any way that gives Terry Davis money, please. For the love of all things literary, do not do this.
Oh my gosh, that's so funny.
But no, I think my rant's done now. Allie, you may go on to casting now.
All right. Well, we're going to kick it off with Louden, played by Matthew Modine.
I thought it was hilarious because I watched Stranger Things, and I sat there staring at this kid, and I was like, he looks very familiar. And then there was a scene, and I was like, oh, you're Papa.
See, he'll always be Joker to me. Like with my dad having served in the Marine Corps.
Yeah.
I grew up watching Full Metal Jacket, so he's always going to be Joker to me.
He's also in a Jonas Brothers music video.
What?
That's funny.
Which one?
Yeah. What a Man Gotta Do.
Really? Oh wait, actually, I did know that.
Because I'm like, he looks so familiar. What have I seen him in? Because I didn't watch Stranger Things, but
no, you did not.
Nothing's popping up.
You're missing out.
I know. That's what
Yeah.
everybody tells me. And it's so popular now they made a Netflix kids cartoon about it.
Well, that's because it ended. So Stranger Things is done.
Yeah, Stranger
Right,
Things is done. You
right.
can binge watch all
But
5 seasons now.
They went
what-
back and made the cartoon. Yeah.
Is the cartoon just Stranger Things, just in a cartoon form, or is it a different story?
Well, okay. I haven't finished season 5, so
Uh-huh.
I don't totally know. But Tom, if you have any insight into this, that's not spoilery.
I haven't
Isn't
seen season 5 yet. We haven't had Netflix in
Okay.
years, so we've
Okay.
been talking about just reinstating it so we can binge watch a few things that we've been wanting,
Mm-hmm.
just because we have too many streaming services as it is.
Yeah.
Because like we went to McDonald's today, and the McDonald's toys are
The
Stranger
Stranger
Things
Things.
books.
Mm-hmm.
So my kids are
Oh.
like, I want to watch
I
it,
wanna-
and I'm like, well, I need to know about the cartoon before I
I
let you watch it.
Would say no, because I'm pretty sure the Demogorgon and all that crazy, creepy stuff is still in it. It's just
Right.
cartoon version.
But yeah, they're not as scared of cartoons as real things. So I'm not sure. That's just my thing. Is
I
I'm
would
like,
still
how
recommend
cartoony
watching.
is it?
That's just I would still recommend watching it just to make sure that it is
Yeah.
kid friendly. Just because it is
Yeah.
Stranger Things. Stranger Things can be dark at times,
Right.
like really
Very
dark. And not all animation is for kids. And something I remember trying to
Exactly.
explain to my parents actually when I was in high school, because
Yeah.
they saw animation, they think, oh, it's a cartoon. It's like,
Mhm.
no, animation is just a medium. It's just
Yeah. Yeah.
another way to tell a
It's-
story.
When it was McDonald's having the thing, my thought went to when my mom told me when Jurassic Park first came out and McDonald's had Jurassic Park toys. So all the parents brought their little kids to Jurassic Park. And they're like, McDonald's had to backtrack and take the Jurassic Park toys away because
Mhm.
Jurassic dinosaurs were eating people.
Yeah,
And so-
I was hiding under my jacket when we went to see The Lost World.
oh my gosh. Yeah, so that's my thought. I'm like, I wonder if McDonald's just doesn't realize it's not a kid's thing. We should not be promoting these toys.
I think the problem is that parents now don't care, because I
Yeah.
know that a lot of kids in elementary school have watched Stranger Things.
It's true.
So I think that's where we're at right now with McDonald's putting out the Stranger Things stuff.
No,
I
it's
mean, like I
actually
said,
100% true.
when I was 8, I could quote Full Metal Jacket. So I mean, I
was
think
gonna say
it depends on the
I
parent.
have absolutely no room to talk because I've been watching shit that I probably shouldn't have been watching when I was their age too. But
No, a
I'm just
bunch of my third graders when season 5 dropped came in. It was like, Miss Lines, oh my gosh, have you watched Stranger Things? And I'm like, no, why have you? So
No, my mom, anytime any of her kids try to talk to her about Stranger Things, she's like, you should not be watching that. And I don't
Yes.
want you talking about it in class for all the other kids who haven't watched it and
Right.
don't need to watch it. Yeah.
Anyways,
So
here's our-
But anyway, Matthew Modine as Loudon. I liked him in the role. I
Yeah.
mean,
oh yeah,
Yeah.
I thought-
we didn't say that part. Yes, yeah,
I thought he
did
did
not.
well.
he did good.
Trying to
All
get us
right.
back on track.
Yes, thank you, Linda Fiorentino. Oh, yeah,
Florentino. Yep.
Fiorentino played.
She was
As
good.
as this
Not
version
quite
of
what I
Carla, yeah, I really liked her in it.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
the thing, because book Carla is very different from movie Carla. So I don't think she would have worked as book Carla, because this Carla is the realistic version. The movie version is, whereas book one is fantasy.
Do we need to cover anything else about Carla or this version of Carla?
I think we're good.
I think we're good. Fun fact about Linda Florentino, though. Did you guys recognize her from anywhere?
I just
No.
searched her, and I'm like, what did I recognize her from?
Probably Dogma.
Oh, Allie's uncultured.
No, mine.
So,
What did I see?
So yeah, she's the lead in Dogma.
That
but-
makes sense.
But a fun fact about her, I think this was her first role out
It
of
was.
drama school. Yeah,
Yep.
that's her very
Oh,
first
wow.
role. Yeah,
Wow.
She was in Men in Black. That's probably what I recognize.
that's
her
right.
from.
Yeah, she was in Man in Black. She was the Emmy.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right. We got Michael Schufling. Schufling played Cooch.
So this version of Cooch in the movie is, I think he's a combination of two characters in the book, because Cooch in the
Yeah.
book is nothing like this.
Nope.
And then we find out, because we get that scene where he's got that abusive dad that Loudon
Mhm.
sees, but that was a different character. So
Mhm.
they kind of combined those two characters.
Two different characters.
to
Yeah,
create
they didn't
this
want to have the two friendships and just made it one.
Yeah.
And for the movie, I think it works well. I think it also explains a lot about Cooch's character, because in the movie, Cooch could never keep his mouth shut.
Yeah, that's true.
Like Loudon
True.
confides to him about his weight, that he's cut weight.
And then the whole school's talking to him about his weight.
Out. Or Cooch sees Carla, gives Loudon crap about all the weight he's losing, which I thought was hilarious. That's honestly, I think, a great scene between the two of them. But then everybody knows that Carla's staying at Loudon's house. Like he was a great teammate in the movie. He wasn't a very good friend.
Yeah.
Like, because he would work out with Loudon, he'd encourage him with that. And, I thought he as a teammate, great teammate. Yeah. Terrible friend. Yeah.
Yep.
And the way he was trash talking Shoot for accepting the forfeit when Loudon didn't even show up, it's like, dude, come on.
You would be doing the same thing.
Yeah. It's like,
yeah.
Oh man. All right. Okay, we have Ronnie Cox played Loudon's dad.
He did good.
He did good. Yeah, there's not much you can say, but I like Ronnie Cox. I've seen him. I think he was in RoboCop. I think he was also in Star Trek. He was in Star Trek.
Oh,
so my nerd is coming out, but no, he played a great character in Star Trek: The Next Generation, where you think you hate him and then you end up loving him, kind of a
Those
thing.
are the best.
Like, yeah,
Those are the best characters for sure.
Yeah. So no, yeah, he was fine.
Okay. And Frank Jasper played Shoot.
Yeah, he did good.
With the way they portrayed Shoot in this, I thought he did fine. Kind of your stereotypical 80s bad guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
I think so.
I really don't think Shoot's the villain of the movie. They had to
No.
portray him as that because Loudon's technically the protagonist because it's his story. But honestly, if anybody's the villain, it's Loudon.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Because you think about that scene when he has the bloody nose during the match and they have to call it.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
He only had that bloody nose because he was forcing himself to lose a lot amount of weight in a short period of time. And he beat out Cooch because he was wrestling the weight that Cooch would have been wrestling, right? Had Loudon been wrestling his natural weight and Cooch been wrestling the weight that where this kid was, Cooch would have won that match. Loudon probably would have won whatever match that he had, and that team would have won the duel. But because Loudon wasn't at his weight, he was in technically Cooch's weight. He cost them the duel because of this. He has no reason to be dropping the weight to wrestle Shoot.
He just wanted to.
He just wanted to, yeah. When I was cutting my weight, I had a reason to. We didn't have anybody at 189. That's honestly where I needed to be. It's just during football season, you eat whatever the hell you want.
Yeah.
And so, but when I told my coach I'm dropping to 189, he was like, okay, be smart about it. I wasn't smart about it, but I told him I would be. So no, Frank Jasper, Shoot, I liked him fine.
And then last one I got is Charles Hallahan is the coach.
The coach cracks me up. I'm sorry.
He felt like a very 80s movie coach.
He sure did.
No wrestling coach goes into practice wearing a singlet and a polo. They just don't do that.
Maybe they should. Yes.
Maybe I will.
Just do
Maybe
it
I'll
one
start
day.
doing
You
that.
should
Your
do
next wrestling season.
when is wrestling season? Like from when to when?
Typically November through February. So like you start practice in November. Like November is basically a practice month. December is when the matches actually start, and the state tournament is usually mid-February. So the state tournament is.
Okay, because I was gonna say that would be a really cool like April Fool's joke, but it does not align.
It does not.
Just kidding.
I mean, I might still do it, but there's
I
one
think you
cast.
should.
There's one cast member though you didn't mention.
Forrest
Okay, who?
Whitaker.
Future Academy Award winner Forrest Whitaker.
Yeah.
So sorry.
When I saw his name in the credits, I was like, God damn, I cannot wait. And then
He's
just
like all the way
background fucking dude.
Yeah, he's a
all the
glorified
way
extra.
down.
I think he
Yes.
has like maybe one or two lines in the
Bulldozer.
entire movie.
It literally like, and I will say the one scene where he's like front and center extra, I was like, oh, he is giving it his all. This is why he went and made a career for himself.
Oh, and we of course we can't forget, the big one, the biggest name in the movie, Madonna as club singer.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
The best. So
Like,
good.
She's probably the one person who absolutely nailed her role.
Yes, she did. Perfect. Beautiful.
She was literally the last one on IMDb. She's the last
Cast.
name. Yep.
Hilarious.
Singer at club. Madonna.
Singer at
And-
club.
She's the last one on there, yet countries beyond countries renamed this movie for her.
Well, I think part of it is because a lot of other countries wouldn't know what a Vision Quest is.
Yeah, that's
know,
right.
It
That's a
wouldn't
good
make
point.
any sense. I mean, it doesn't even make sense for us, like really, unless you watch that episode of Family Guy.
Yes.
They do touch on that.
Oh, yes,
I
yes,
do
yes.
love that episode.
That's a great episode. Like early Family Guy's the best, but I mean, it makes sense because the whole movie is basically them promoting this song anyway, and so
It honestly is.
Yep.
you want to know
Cool.
another fun fact about the book Vision Quest?
Yes.
Yes.
I can't believe I'm about to tell you this because it's going to just shock you both. In 1980, Vision Quest, ALA Best Books for Young Adults.
Oh, my.
Now, granted, I don't know if it won or not. I can't find any, but yeah, American Library Association. It was at least nominated for the award for Best Book for Young Adults, or it was just named to a list or something like that. I don't know, but
That's
it's on here.
because there was not a lot of other options. Hopefully.
I
Oh,
would
yeah.
like to think that.
I think it is a list because there's a couple other here. New York Public Library Best Books for the Teenage, 1980.
Oh, no.
And then ALA Best Books for Young Adults in the Last Quarter Century, 1995.
Wow. All right. We're going to
I think there's better
all that.
books. Yeah. What the fuck? I
Don't
should be in charge of
believe
this
it,
list.
Oh, no. Okay, I know we're going to be wrapping this up soon, but I've been waiting for this opportunity here.
Yes, please.
Amazon reviews.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Tell us.
Okay, so currently on Amazon's rate has a 4.4 out of 5-star rating with 208 reviews, 3.9 on Goodreads with 461 reviews. All right. Oh my God. All right. This very first review is a 5-star review from Wrestling Knee Pads.
Okay.
Awesome book about high school wrestling and everyday life. Louden Swain has a vision quest to drop 3 weight classes to wrestle a state champion shoot. In order to do this, he has to lose weight, and to battle for him to this. This honestly reads like Terry Davis left this review. Excellent book, great movie. I recommend this book and movie for anyone who enjoys wrestling folk style, especially high school student wrestlers. That's a verified purchase, by the way. May 4th.
Verified purchase.
May 4th, 2026. Yeah.
Oh no.
Just a month ago.
Verified purchase, August 26th of 2025 from Big Biceps.
Okay.
This is a great book for anyone who likes a good story, but especially if you're interested in amateur wrestling, a really good read. And a really good read is in all caps.
Oh, no.
A really good read.
All right, I gotta go to the fun stuff. Hold on, let me see.
Yes.
Okay, of these ratings here, 67% are 4-star, or excuse me, 67% are 5-star.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my god.
19% are 4, 9% are 3, 3% are 2, and only 2% of all these are 1-star reviews.
Oh my
I gotta
god.
look it up on Goodreads.
Okay, this is anonymous reviewed with a verified purchase, 1 star. Nothing like the movie, pretty vulgar. Wouldn't suggest it if you're looking for something similar to the movie.
Yes. Agreed.
This is the title of this one here. This is not for ages. This is not for ages 12 and up. The language in this book is definitely not meant for 12-year-olds. For reference, page 12.
Page 12. Allie, what's page 12?
Yeah, Allie, find page 12.
Right away.
Read it for our listeners, Allie.
I don't think I can. I know, she says. It's a pig's female, starting with a P, pork. Let's see. Let's see what else. Carla and Dad eating breakfast, and they're talking all about pork and inappropriateness. And the human body, well kept, is a beautiful thing, Carla says. I don't really think there should be any limits to the fun people can have with it. She then says, I think your friend Taryn is after mine.
What?
Remember, she thinks one of his friends is trying to get with her.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, this is probably the best written review here. and this is going to sound a lot like something we've been saying. This is a 2-star review.
Wow, 2-star.
But it's actually a pretty well written review. You're going to like this.
Okay.
One of the few times I found the movie to be far better than the book. This includes classics like The Wizard of Oz. I had seen that movie several times before reading the book, and I referred to the latter. The writers for the film did a good job pulling some of the key elements from the book, altered a bit, but acceptable poetic license. I found the end of the book, Vision Quest, a total disappointment. Nothing like how the movie portrayed the climactic match between Swain and Shoot.
Yep. Loved it.
Exactly.
Good review.
There's one of these reviews called A Disappointing Quest. That's
the title of this podcast.
just read these if you get a chance. These are gold.
That's hilarious.
So,
here we go.
Yeah.
It's rated 3.85 out of 5 on Goodreads. Only
Why?
1% gave it 1 star. Oh my.
That's insane to me.
Yeah, it's like 5-star, 5-star, 5-star.
Who the
That's
fuck?
wild.
Terry's giving all of his students extra credit if they go and leave a 5-star review.
That would make sense. Yeah.
That would.
Just you don't have to read the book. Just buy it, verified purchase, and 5 stars.
Yes.
I'll reimburse you for it. No, he can't reimburse him because then he's not making any money. I don't know.
Yep.
That's so funny. Whatever. All right. Well, is the theme of the book and movie the same?
What is the theme of the book?
Well, the theme is a wrestler dropping a ridiculous amount of weight to wrestle the state champion. That's
supposed to be the theme, but
did it? For the most part of the book, was it?
There's a lot in that book, but no.
No. I think the movie and the book differ widely.
Yeah. Do the characters stay true to how they're written in the book?
No, but I'm glad for that one.
Yeah, I'm gonna agree with you on that one.
Mm-hmm.
And what do we prefer?
I don't know.
No, I'll
What
take the
do we
movie.
prefer?
I will take the movie. Yeah, it's not even close. I can still sit down and watch the movie.
Allie rewatched it.
Well, I watched it like 7 months ago, so I had to rewatch it to be ready. I did fall asleep, but I was able to actually sort of pay attention while I was watching it, which I would not have been able to do with the book. So yes, I agree.
Mm-hmm.
Movie is better.
Movie as
I
well.
mean, it's like I said, it's a formulaic 80s like coming of age movie, but
yeah,
it still isn't. It's not a terrible movie.
Yeah,
all things considered, but especially when considering the source material. So yeah, no, I'll take the movie, trash ending and all. I'll take that trash ending.
There you go. And would you recommend it to a friend?
Now that you've already recommended it to 2,
would you recommend it again?
No, hell no, absolutely not. I mean, okay. In fairness, I recommended it to other people too, and they gave the book back.
Yeah.
I think you guys probably would have done that if it weren't for this podcast.
Exactly. Yes.
Oh my gosh.
So I'm sorry.
Okay.
I remember
We
it.
forgive you.
I vaguely remember it from high school, and that was a long time ago.
Yes, it was. I feel that.
That's so funny. Yes.
And here I thought the differences between the ending were the worst thing between the two.
Then you reread it and you're like, holy fuck. What?
Oh, Jesus. The amount of what the fuck I was saying to myself while reading this book while at work was just, it was bad. It was just, and the whole time I'm just thinking, I'm thinking to myself, I'm sorry, Allie and Bri, I'm so sorry. Like, if I hate this
can't
book,
believe I'm putting them through this.
It was an adventure, you know what? And it was fun once we knew we all hated it together.
That's made a big difference.
Yes.
Oh yeah, just a wrestling vent here. Going back to the match that Loudon bled out at, and he had to forfeit. You know, another thing they did wrong with that, and this is just me being a wrestler and pissed off about it. They weren't ready when the match began either.
Oh,
because
really?
if you go back and you watch it, neither one of those wrestlers were, because that one match that's going on ends, and then they're going and sitting down, taking off their warm-ups.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, no. So in wrestling, you have there's 3 different things that they say. Now wrestling, on deck, and in the hole. Now wrestling means exactly what it sounds like. You're now wrestling. On deck means you're next. So you need to be ready. because a match could go 6 minutes. It could also last 30 seconds. I got pinned in 7 seconds my freshman year.
Oh my gosh.
That was a record at my school until I was coaching.
Wow.
So just letting you know.
So if you get pinned, it's over. It's officially over. Oh,
yeah,
okay.
because that's the objective. Like your goal is to pin your opponent. It doesn't always happen, but yeah, that's the goal. So wrestling now wrestling, you're up. On deck, you're next. Be ready because the match could end very quickly. And then in the hole means start warming up, basically, is what it is. So Louden and this other wrestler who didn't even look like they were warming up, just looked like they were watching the match, and then suddenly they're taking. So you're telling me they walked out on the mat cold?
Yeah.
Yes.
That's a great way to hurt something.
Obviously,
right?
And all things considered, I'll still watch the movie before I ever read that book again. The book's getting burned. I promise you, the book's getting burned. But we should all.
Send us a picture.
I have a fire. Yeah. No, we can do it together. Like we can use we can make our own video to promote this episode.
Yes.
Burning books. Oh my god.
I love this.
Vision Quest and trash talking Terry Davis in the video. Like I say we do it. Like and then you get to listen to it. Do it even more. I can't believe I thought this. I'm so glad you guys hated it with me too. I'm glad we all hated it.
Yeah, that was rough, but we're done. We did it.
We did it. Yay!
I'll recommend better books next time.
Please.
I got you.
Every day. Yes.
Sorry, Bri. I'm sure you're probably gonna have to edit this out because we're just rambling at this point. But
it's fine.
No,
that's my job.
No, this is actually a perfect segue because at the end we usually let our guests talk about like where we can find them, if there's anything they want to share, and now you can share about your podcast.
Yeah. Well, the podcast right now is kind of on hold just because I don't have much of a studio. But my YouTube channel is kind of my main focus. But my handles are the same across all my social media. It's at Panel by Panel Show, just all one word there. I try to keep it comic related. If you follow me on Threads, I get a little more unhinged on Threads. That's where a little more my personality comes to play. I love Threads. I don't know if you guys are on Threads. That is the best social media platform.
I've been debating doing it. Is it just what is it?
It's Meta's version of Twitter, but dear God, the algorithm never lets me down. Like I will open up Threads and it'll be the most random thing on there, and I'm practically pulling my hamstring running to the comments.
How funny!
It's just weird. Like there was one, I kid you not, and I don't know how it ended up in my feed, but I had to go to the comments because the comments are gold, and it was like one woman, some woman, it is like about the moment, like she's asking men about that moment in intercourse.
Okay.
When it happens. And says, I don't remember exactly where it was, but the comments were just comedy gold. So I can't even describe it because it's just the internet. You know how the internet is undefeated?
Yes.
Threads is a perfect example of that.
Okay.
But right now what Bri and I are working on and trying to coordinate is my own mini docuseries that I started up about the Superman curse. And if you're not familiar with the Superman curse, Allie, my first 2 videos are up. They're there. Okay. But basically, it's a series of unfortunate events, for lack of a better term, of bad things happening to people connected with Superman.
Oh,
and cool. The curse didn't really take hold until the 90s when Christopher Reeve had his horse riding accident that paralyzed him. Because then suddenly everybody's like, "Oh, Christopher Reeve played Superman. He had this horse riding accident." George Reeves back in the 50s couldn't get work after Superman, and he committed suicide. So they started just. It's a giant conspiracy theory, is what it is.
So it's the actors and stuff, not like in the comics, the characters. It's these actors who are related or involved with Superman. Ooh, that would be so interesting.
Not just actors, though. Like there have actually been, like the creators of Superman got royally screwed by DC Comics. Okay. Yeah, people who generally involved. Maybe they played Superman. Maybe they played a character involving Superman. You're familiar with the Nexium cult, Allison Mack?
She's not. No. I am.
Oh, Allison
I've
Mack
got a podcast episode for you, Allie.
Allison Mack played Chloe Sullivan in the TV series Smallville, which is about Clark Kent becoming Superman. Right. And then she got involved very heavily in a cult.
Oh, okay.
And bad things happened in that cult.
Oh, no.
And she ended up, what was she, Bri? I think she was like, she ended up being like number 2 in the entire organization.
Yeah, she was
Yeah.
high up there.
It was
She
up there.
Yeah. Yeah,
And
it was
so-
bad. Like she had to know what she was doing. Well,
Wow.
also not.
She did.
Yeah.
I definitely recommend this. She's recently done a couple different podcasts. Like she's recently opened up and spoken about it. There's one. It was like a multi-part podcast with a
Cool.
true crime podcaster. Like she went into detail about it. But then there's another one where she was with Michael Rosenbaum, who played Lex Luthor on Smallville. And that was only about an hour long, and that's on YouTube as well. But there's this one line she has, and it's what I say all the time about cults. Unless you're, she didn't say this. This is what I say about cults. Unless you're at the very top, everyone involved in a cult is a victim.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Honestly.
It makes sense. Yeah.
And she had this statement she said, it's a very interesting perspective being both a perpetrator and a victim.
Yeah.
Because she knows what she did was wrong. She knows she was doing bad things and everything. But at the same time, she had fallen for Keith Raniere's crap, hook, line, and sinker. And she was willing to do anything for him. So she was as much his victim as she was the perpetrator for her victims. It's just, it's very, very interesting. But
cults are a web of everyone's fucked
Mhm.
except for the person who started it, who is then just fucked in the head.
So, but anyway, her connection to Superman now has her connected to the Superman curse because of what happened. So that's what they're working on. I've written and recorded the Christopher Reeve episode, which Bri we had to put it on the back burner because life, but we're working on that. I've also, it's mostly what I'm doing. It's just, I try to do comic book nerdy stuff, but
that's super cool.
Yeah, it's fun. It's fun getting to do that. And then, but yeah, at Panel by Panel Show, YouTube, Instagram, Threads, Facebook. Although Facebook, I'm really on. That's usually my Instagram posts that make their way to Facebook. But
yeah,
that's where to find me.
Well, cool. Thank you so much for coming on and suggesting this material for us.
Sorry about that.
No, it's totally fine. It was fun. It was fun to actually have a guest and be able to trash something instead of try and hype it up. So I actually had fun with this one. So
this was a blast, actually.
I'm glad. Thank you for having me. Like, I legitimately didn't expect that you guys were actually going to have me on. I thought we were just going to talk about it like off the wall, but you guys recorded. So no, this was a lot of fun. I'm glad we did this. Thank you for having me.
Of course.
All right, guys. We have a website, offscript253.wixsite.com/offscript.
On that website, you can rate, subscribe, review, do all the things.
Don't give us a 1-star review like Vision Quest
deserves. Hey, if people can give Vision Quest 5 stars, they can give us 5 stars.
Absolutely. Come on, guys. We're better than Vision Quest.
Easy.
Absolutely.
Yes, definitely. Wednesday, probably not going to have a mini-sode for you.
Because I haven't edited the jury duty one yet. And my goal is to get that one edited to release next Wednesday.
Look at that.
My life got fucking crazy. We've been slacking on recording, if you haven't noticed. And so we back. I think we are finally going to be back to recording at a regular pace and getting our episodes out, even if that means our episodes are coming out through our break.
I don't know if they will. Okay, because like this one's, how many more we got? Have we recorded Dumb Money yet?
No, we have to record that one. We need
Beautiful
to record
Mind.
Beautiful Mind.
And Fried Green Tomatoes.
Oh, yeah. Oh, that's only 4. Just kidding. But there's still going to be a break.
3.
4.
This one, I guess.
Yeah, it's actually not as bad as I thought it was. So, and it's not, we aren't pushing it back because we aren't caught up. So it's almost like it is an actual break for us.
Right.
It's just because life got crazy. So
yes, which is allowed to do because it's our podcast and we can do whatever we want to.
That's true.
Yes. So deal with it, people.
Yeah.
Though we do love it when you're like, wait, where's our episode this week? Because it means that you guys like us. So that makes me feel good.
Yeah, it's appreciated. Monday, I think my goal is to have Dumb Money be what's coming out on Monday.
We haven't recorded it yet. When are we recording that?
No, this comes out Monday and then the following Monday. So hopefully next Monday we record Dumb Money.
I'm caught up now.
Yeah.
Yes. I have nothing going on except record on my calendar. So
perfect. Because my plan is to just have us start recording at least one episode for the next foreseeable Mondays.
Yes, that would be good.
Mm-hmm.
All right, cool. I'm losing my voice.
Yeah, so bye. And with that,
Vision Quest.
Went off script.
But in a good way.
Yay!
Yeah.
Thanks for sticking with us.
We hope you enjoyed it.
If you did, we would greatly appreciate it if you gave us 5 beautiful stars, reviewed, and subscribed.
You can also follow us on Facebook at Offscript, on Instagram at Offscript Podcast 21, and on TikTok at Offscript_pod.
Shout outs to Madame Ashen Creations for our adorable logo art.
And Adam Daniel for our incredible theme song.
And to Creative Cinephile Productions for producing our podcast. See you next time.
Hi, I'm Serena.
And I'm Rachel.
We're the hosts of Book Tales.
If you like reading books
Drinking cocktails,
and Scottish accents,
then meet your new favourite podcast.
come with us as we explore different themes from romantasy to horror and everything in between.
We pair each book with a bespoke cocktail and tell you everything you'll need to make one.
And each week play our fun game tailored to each book.
Find Book Tales wherever you get your podcasts. So grab your book,
grab your booze
for Book Tales.